You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent and Austin Show.
Yeah, it is. What's happening on a Friday? Welcome back for me from Augusta and round two of the Masters. I guess I can't believe how much you guys talked about the Masters while I was gone. I couldn't get over it.
Oh, really?
I mean, at least
did you listen to the show?
Well, I listened some, and when I felt like when I listened, you guys were talking about golf.
I can't remember now. Were we?
Yeah,
I don't know. I must have blacked out, man. I must have blacked out my golf talk.
Yeah.
We try to provide updates as best as we could, but names can be challenging and everything.
Yeah. We can give along some updates today.
Before we get into the Masters talk and everything like that, quick question. And Nick in the daytime, feel free to chime in here as well. I experienced this 2 days ago. Forgot to bring it up yesterday with Hamby, but experienced this 2 days ago in the Costco parking lot. Brent, you been to Costco? Yeah. You know what's Costco. Nick in the daytime, Costco guy?
I mean,
I've been to Costco before. I'm a Sam's guy.
You're a Sam's guy? Hey, I respect that, man. If Sam's Club was a little closer for me, it would work out well. Nevertheless, the parking lot can be chaotic, and trying to find a parking spot sometimes can be chaotic. There was, and I'm not going to make any judgments, but there was a middle-aged lady in a souped-up pickup truck who, it may have been hers, it may have been a boyfriend or a husband's, but let's just say she didn't look the most comfortable driving it. And so she was waiting, because obviously the truck's taking up the whole spot, so she's waiting to pull in the parking spot. Instead of being a normal human being and just going nose first, she decided that she was going to back in the parking spot. Which led me to the question of what exactly is the point of backing into a parking spot? Because I always felt like it takes you longer to park in said spot going backwards. And then what do you gain by it? Like, you just pull out forward, but you can still pull out backwards when you leave, and it takes the exact amount of time. So Brent Martineau, Nick in the daytime, please tell me what the point is of backing into a parking spot.
she had a big truck. You said she had a truck.
She had a truck.
Well, you drove the truck.
I have drove the truck.
Pulling the truck in forward is not easy.
No.
It really isn't. Like, you can't get the angle pulling like again, I've got a GMC Sierra.
Okay.
And it's not like mega big truck, but
and this was like
truck.
This was like a Dodge Ram. It wasn't like a 350 or anything. It was just like
it wasn't like the one you were driving.
No, it wasn't like the one I was driving.
But
which I still parked nose first, by the way, when I was driving.
And I park nose first a lot.
Yeah.
Like I just did.
Yeah.
But it's not always easy. And depending on the width of like the parking lot, it can be really challenging. And so I think that's like, I wondered the same thing, by the way. I'm like, why does everybody back their truck in?
Correct.
And then after driving a truck for a little bit, I'm like, I kind of get why people back the truck in.
People do this with cars, though. Like, this isn't just like a truck thing. Like, we don't want to discriminate here on the Brent and Austin show. I've seen plenty of people in cars, like, back in instead of, like, going nose first. And I don't get it. But
I understand, especially in the car thing. I mean, one way or another, you're going to get it, right? Like, you're going to either have to back out.
Yep.
And then it's got to be like 3-point turn to back out sometimes.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you're afraid you're going to hit people or anything else. But I think from a truck standpoint only, I can speak. Car-wise, I'm just like, cars are easy now. It's like, holy cow, I got so much room. But the truck-wise, I do get why people back in. Like, I kind of wondered it too, but I do kind of get why people back in, and then because you don't want to be embarrassed backing out.
Yeah.
Is it less embarrassing when you pull in or pull out of a parking spot if it's going to take you longer, I guess is the way.
Yeah, I mean, why be 400 trying to hide that expired tag? That could be a point. Because once again, and like, I mean, indulge me, everybody, but I just feel like YB400 says I park backwards in my spot so I can pull out quicker. I feel like it takes the exact same amount of time. Like, okay, so if you back in and then you're getting ready to leave, sure, you just put it in drive and go. Okay, cool. If you go in nose first, okay, you put it in reverse, then you put it in drive. It's like an extra 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Costs you nothing.
No, I agree. So I can't imagine the time is too different.
I think the time backing in takes, and once again, unless it's like a big truck or something, but even with a truck, I feel like backing in takes a lot longer because you got to back in. Oh, I'm not straight enough. Got to pull back forward. Got to back in again. Oh, don't want to hit something. Got to pull forward again. I just feel like there's so much more time that goes into backing in a vehicle and then just pulling out as opposed to the other way.
Yeah, I feel like there's a subconscious here to the human condition where like you feel like more people are watching you pull out of a parking spot than pull into a parking spot too.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like, or there's going to be more people around it, and like, oh my gosh, if this takes so long, I feel a little heat right now.
Sure.
Right?
Oh,
like,
this girl is feeling heat
on me.
This girl is feeling my heat for sure. Nick, you got like a midsize, right?
Yeah, I got a Tacoma.
All right.
It's not like his.
Yeah,
Sierra.
that's probably pretty easy to pull in. Right?
So, are you going to back in with that Tacoma, or are you just going to pull forward, or knowing you going sideways because you probably do something crazy?
Depends. I've done all three.
You park here. I see you park here mostly nose in.
Yeah, well, it depends. Like when I come in the morning, if there's like certain spots open, it's nose in. Sometimes I'll back in just because it's easier to leave in the afternoon.
But is it that much easier, Nick?
Yeah, it genuinely is. In some spots, it's easier because of how small the lot is here.
Okay.
Especially if you park in the corner under the tree, there's that corner like where the planter is. If you try to back out,
we know
tricky.
The planter. We have highlighted that on the show.
Yeah.
I've set a standard for parking, too. That's the other problem here in Jackson and now at Cox Media Group. But I think a lot of it's like me. Like I'm just coming in here hot on two wheels. Like, okay, I'm pulling nose in. I don't have the time to do it right now.
Yeah,
if I had the time to do it, I probably would have tried to find a way to back in. Because then I'll be late somewhere on the way out. You know, because I'm always late. So
I guess, man.
Normally, if I do back in, it is to make it easier leaving, so I can just jump in and go. And I mean, normally the thing is like I'm in and out.
But are you really in a hurry a lot?
What am I? But once again, is it that like I feel like it's not that much of a difference to just go reverse?
I would agree.
Drive.
I don't think there is a
out
difference.
as opposed to drive out. Like we're talking seconds. Seconds that can be lost at a stoplight in Jacksonville like that.
You guys are. This is good. Go ahead, Nick.
But also, there's another thing.
Do it sideways. Here it is. Do something now. We're just gonna ruin this whole conversation with your thing. What?
I have done it sideways once as a prank. I had a buddy.
That's actually pretty good. That's good.
It was my last station. It was me and another buddy. I think we both parked sideways next to a guy so he couldn't get into his car.
Did you know the guy? You obviously knew the guy.
It was one of our other friends that we were working with.
Thank God. All right.
It didn't happen here. It happened there. But no, go to the grocery store. What do you want to do? If you live in an apartment and a house, what are you going to do? You're going to back in. You're going to back into your garage. You're going to back in to a parking spot that's going to make it easier to unload groceries and get in the house, right? There's logic to doing it. Now, if you just do it on the daily, it's a different thing. It can be simply just a preference.
So if we're being honest about the grocery store thing, I always go head first. But with my car, and Nick wants my car, by the way, good luck with that. When I park head first, Nick, because you know how I have that hatchback, so then it's easier to access the hatchback to put the groceries in as opposed to backing in with the hatchback to have to go around, navigate through cars and everything, and hopefully my hatchback doesn't hit another vehicle. You get what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? Parking in the
I
parking
know.
lot?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you
when you come home from the grocery store.
I mean, walk around the car.
Yeah, you're fine, man.
No, I'm making
seconds.
my life easier.
Once
Work smarter,
again,
not harder.
we're talking seconds. This isn't like, it's going to be an hour. No, man. This is literally seconds.
Yeah, it is interesting. A couple of comments in the chat. Now I can't. Hamby's Burner said the backup cameras make it easier. I actually disagree with that.
You need the backup camera.
I love me a backup camera.
I think the backup cameras now, depending on what car, what make you have now, the normal backup camera is cool. Okay. But now they've got the ones that go like the 360 view.
Those are fancy.
And oh my gosh, it drives me. It confuses me.
It'd be kind of annoying.
Like I feel like I'm so much closer to the cars on the side, like from the side point, than I am. And I'm like, it's messing with me a little bit. And listen, former valet parker here. All right? I can do it without the cameras. I can do it without the rear view. Pretty good at it. So, but I mean, I understand the rear view. I try not to rely solely on the rear view still. I think it's a dangerous habit for me to get to. And now even, I guess, the newer cars have the up-top angle. Yep. Can see it from the...
Plus, there's like a bunch of beeps going off if you get close, I feel like.
Well,
so
that certainly helps, right?
Yeah.
And then I think YB400 said he likes backing up because he drives trucks, semis for a living.
Oh, yeah, dude. You're on a different level.
You're a different level. Like I have so much respect.
You're a certified Jedi.
My dad drove trucks for a long time, and... he took out. He always tell me. He was asking about it. It's like his famous stories. He took out like a gas station thing, like the overhang.
Yeah.
So that's like his famous semi story. But man, I have a lot of respect for folks driving semis.
Yeah.
I mean, those things. That is hard do. I think I'm a good driver. I feel like I'm a good driver. I was never good at geometry. I feel like you got to be good at geometry when you're driving the semis. Because there's something about like that angle and where like it doesn't look right. Like we were driving yesterday back from Augusta at one time, I think, or maybe it was driving two, and I think Weber's like, "What's that truck doing?" And I was like, "Well, they have to do that." Like I knew what they were doing. I mean, they were going like way out just to get in. And man, I so much respect for that. I don't know how people do. The bus drivers.
Bus
big rig drivers,
because I mean, like, listen, it's negligible, but like bus drivers, because especially with the kids, you know what I'm saying, like school bus drivers.
Oh yeah, school bus.
Man, more power to you, because not only do you got to like navigate this giant vehicle and make sure you have a bunch of kids that are safe, but you got to put up with like kids in the back acting up and everything. So you got to be like, you have two people. You need to have one person on the bus looking back to kind of monitor. Then you need another person driving.
Hey, like the Jags buses, right? So, you get the charter buses. And I'm always so impressed because they're driving in these big cities. So you're going right downtown, and I'm like, how are they making this move? Right?
Crazy.
I'm like, there's no way they're going to make it.
Yeah.
And they make it. And then there's other times, by the way, where they don't always make it. All right? Like we've had some interesting driving exhibitions on the Jags trips. And you're like, man, that guy didn't. And then I feel bad for the guy because like he's got a big job responsibility, and there's people giving him crap in the back. I'm like, yeah, you try to drive this thing, buddy. Whoever's yapping right now. I done hit a bridge, bird, and deer. You hit a bridge, yeah. Is that because of the height to YB 400? Like you didn't clear it?
I've been on a team bus from Murray State, driving between Land Between the Lakes, it's called, and it's famously known to be a very narrow bridge. And our bus driver like smoked the mirror off the side of the bridge because it's just so narrow.
Wow! I told you one time. I think I told this story before with a police escort. I think it was in Kansas City, and now I can't remember it, but I think it was Kansas City. This is years ago now. But like those police escorts are not like they're hard to navigate for a driver. You're kind of like, what's going on?
Sure,
right? And I think they're really hard to do for the cops and stuff.
Yeah.
But man, we had a car like hit the side of the bus, and we just keep going. Now they didn't crash or anything. But they did hit the side of the bus. Like, what just happened?
Yeah.
They weren't paying attention to the police escort. That's why I think most people don't like doing the police escort. Like most cities, towns, places, they don't do it in London. Only the Queen, I think, is the story that gets the police escort. Only the Queen.
And is like police escort like with cars or horses in London? Well, I don't know, man. London does. Hey, it's England, man. They're a little more like traditional.
Yeah.
Have you seen the wedding? Okay.
Yeah.
No one cares, like, if anybody in the presidential's getting married, it's like, well, if someone in the house and the queen gets married, we gotta put this on BBC and watch it for 3 hours.
We could do a fun show with like truck drivers. I bet I was in Scranton, PA. I hit the bridge that can open my trailer. Hit the bridge that can open my trailer. I don't know if I fully understand that. PA, and I hit the bridge that can open my trailer.
There's a real low, super famous bridge that's real low, I think, in PA that a lot of drivers misjudge.
Oh, really?
And it's like, there's a lot of
How the hell do you know this, Nick?
And it just peels back the top.
Is this like general knowledge? Oh, okay.
Semi-general knowledge? It's on YouTube.
Semi, was that a good play on words right there?
No,
Semi-general knowledge?
Nailed it, man. Say that. Pun intended. Pun intended.
But it'll just like peel the top back, kind of in a funny way. Like I hate it for the drivers because it's a whole pain, I'm sure, to pull the truck out and you got to clean it up. But it does just rip it back like a can of sardines. As they're just going under.
Oh, yeah.
It just peels it back.
Oh, man, even in the truck owner parking garage, like at an airport, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to make this.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm making this. And I literally will duck, like in the car. What's that going to do?
Yeah. Not a dang thing. Yeah.
Hey, what do we have for sports today? Anything?
I got some sports stuff.
Because I got some other things.
Oh, what do you got?
Want to hear the hotel story?
Let's hit me with it.
All right. So the hotel story is so we're in Augusta. I told you already, like you stay in, this is not even the Fairfield Inn. Okay. I'm a Marriott guy. So Fairfield Inn, Residence Inn, like that's
Cut the check?
Yeah. Usually that's where we'll go. So I'm not like, this doesn't come from like a snotty point of view. Like I got to stay in some 5-star hotel, right?
Sure.
We stay in a whole bunch of different hotels, from the Jags, very nice, to sometimes like events We've stayed at from Econo Lodge to Motel 6 to Motel 8s to whatever when we go to the Masters because it's so expensive.
Sure.
And so we know we're not getting a great hotel. Right, but you're paying like 14 times the value, it feels like, of the hotel. And so we go at, we had spent the day at Augusta Wednesday, drove up, 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. We go check in, and we check in. And already this is how it starts. I'm like, you walk in, and you're not expecting much.
Yeah.
You're expecting it to be kind of pretty dumpy, right? Just give me a bed and a shower, and we're good. That kind of hotel. And it is, I would say, for the most part. But they've got like these tables out. Like you're not getting a continental breakfast at this hotel.
Okay.
But they got tables out with food on it.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, they kind of spice this up for the Masters, right? Because they know a lot of people are staying here. That's cool. Like, so they got like beverages. They got a little coffee. They got a whole thing of apple juice out. They've got
what kind of food? Like yogurt and stuff?
Yeah, like so what you would see at a continental breakfast. Like they literally have out. This is all nice and neat, ready to go, right? It's like bagels, English muffins, like sausage patties. You get eggs and everything else, right? Mm-hmm. Also, it's 10:30 at night.
Okay.
And it's laid out.
Yeah, obviously not like being refrigerated or anything. Yikes. Yeah.
And so after we checked in, Stuart and I were like, is that for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is that for the morning?
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're like, well, maybe it's just left over and they have it at night too. Great.
Yeah, maybe there was like a business meeting.
Right.
I don't know.
So we go, it is nightly. Nobody had dove into it yet though. So anyway, we go, we get our room key. We go up and room key doesn't work.
Sure.
All right, gotta go back down. We're on the third floor.
Yep.
Go back down. Staying in like room 335. Hey, the room key didn't work. Okay, no problem. Key thing. It's not working great. Okay, you got it done. Go back up. Stuart, meanwhile, is waiting upstairs.
Okay.
Right out by the door.
Okay.
And we go back up. Room key. Push the door in, and boom, the latch is over it.
Oh, someone's in there. Ooh, yikes.
I mean, and it was like, it's one of those things where it's like it's loud. Like it makes a noise like it's pretty loud.
Yeah.
And so like, all right, like somebody has to be in here. But we had already tried to get in like 15 times.
Yeah, you think somebody would at least came to the door then.
And nobody reacts or says anything.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of thinking in my mind, all right, well, maybe somehow the latch got like, I don't know how that would work. But and by the way, it's one of those hotels where you're going up, when you get up to the third floor and you're starting to go down, like, oh boy, can't wait to see what the room looks like,
Yeah.
And so anyway, I go back downstairs. I say, hey, the latch is over. And they're like, the latch is over? What are you talking about? And so now there's a guy down there helping out this woman. And he said, he's looking. He's like, I overhear him say, yeah, somebody checked in at 5 o'clock. So room 335. So now she's like looking through. So she's like, oh, it was 332.
Classic mix-up, right? At a hotel.
Read the.
Classic mix-up.
Must have missed
Just give you the key to some that.
Meanwhile, I text Stuart. I was like, Stuart, hey, be careful up there. Someone might think you're breaking in.
Yeah. Well, is the people in the room okay? The bed didn't like.
They didn't get up. They didn't move. If somebody's getting in, if somebody's like trying to get in your door, and again, we are not talking about a 5-star hotel either.
No, for sure.
Starting to get in your door, pushes the door open.
Yeah.
Like call down to the thing. Something.
Yeah.
Like there was no sign of human life in there.
Must have been in the.
But it was dark and
pimento cheese coma right there.
I don't know. Yeah, like had a lot of, just knocked out, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we go 332. It's right across the room. I mean, right across the hallway. So I get up there, and we're about to like put the key in to go 332. It's like, all right, simple mix-up. We get it, like 335, 332. And it's loud as hell in the room.
Yeah.
It's like it's like
from upstairs, or like
no,
from your neighbor.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
We can't tell. So we're like, is that coming from next door?
Yeah.
Or is that in the room? And Stuart and I are like, that is definitely in the room.
Oh, so it's not like people yelling. It's like just noises.
It's loud. It's really ends up being the TV. But whatever the TV is on, right? Like we figure out it's the TV, and because now it's changing. But it started with like music and stuff like that. So there's like really something going on in there, and it's loud. I mean, I don't know what your TV normally is on, but this is on like 45 plus.
Yeah.
And so we're like, what should we do? Should we put the key in? And I was just like sitting there outside the door for a couple of seconds, like, is someone in this room too?
Yeah. And mess up again.
So anyway, we go for it. We put the key in and we open up and like slowly.
Yeah, like knock a little bit, like, hey.
We did knock a couple of times.
Sure,
we did.
yep.
But of course, the TV's so damn loud, you wouldn't hear the knock. And I'm trying not to wake the rest of the place up and get everybody coming out of their doors.
God,
and we go and peek in and nobody's in there. Somebody left the TV on, like just blaring in the room.
Electricity, man. What about the breakfast then? It was the same breakfast then?
Okay, so anyway, it was not like, I don't know if I just did it justice, but it was kind of freaky. The whole thing was like,
oh yeah,
like what's this gonna be like? And I mean, it was everything you thought. Like it was like they put a thing of paint on the, for the Masters.
Sure.
It's like, but I'm telling you, they did it in about 10 minutes.
Dang, man.
It's like, it was not a finished product.
Yeah.
It is that kind of place, man.
Book report was due when you just had to like milk it in. I got
so you just Stuart and I are just like, I'll tell you this, I slept because you kind of I'm like full sweatpants, sweatshirt, hoodie up. I'm like, I'm not taking any chances.
Don't want to take a black light to that hotel.
But I really thought at one time sitting in the hallway, I'm like, all right, I'm sleeping in the car and we'll use the place as a shower tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So, yeah, it was crazy. So anyway, we go. The night was fine, whatever. And actually, bedding, shower, water pressure, hot water, all that stuff. You're like, yes, go.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
It was good. Everything was great. And go back downstairs in the morning, check out. I got to get the receipt for the place and. No, Delphonic.
I'm trying to get to this breakfast, man. Like I'm hanging by a thread here.
But the breakfast had been eaten.
Okay.
So we went from full
food
trays
everywhere
to like 1/3 trays.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man, I feel for
curdled
everybody.
yogurt.
I don't know how they're feeling today or yesterday, but I was like, I can't believe that was out last night at like 10 o'clock. Dude, seriously, there were like eggs out. And everything else. And sausage, like patties. Like the frozen patties?
Yeah, I know, man.
Maybe you got to thaw them all night.
Yeah. I haven't even had a yogurt, man. The yogurt's going to be all
man, it's just crazy.
Gross.
It's like, this is wild, man.
Give me some toast and I'll call it a day.
It was a good effort by them, I thought. Because
it's their Super Bowl. It's like, this is like their Grammys. This is their Oscars. Like, everyone's coming to town for the Masters.
Yeah, we did not eat the breakfast. It was a trip to Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what's crazy is the week before. This is what I love about our job sometimes, and I remind myself about this a lot. Like I will be, like last week we were covering the NFL owners meetings at the Breakers. Now we didn't stay at the Breakers.
Yeah.
But the Breakers is like where the NFL stays. And the Breakers are like $1,500 a night kind of room. That's why we don't stay there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is just this posh place where, and I always just think, I love that part about this gig is like you'll go from there to where we were yesterday, and the Masters obviously is a great thing to cover, but that's not really, doesn't mean where we're staying is like the Masters experience, which is also a pretty interesting dynamic.
Sure.
I always love that about the job because I'll be like, in the fall, we'll go to the Jags, right? Or we'll go to London with the Jags or something like that. We'll be flying on the team plane. And then we come back and we cover a high school football game. Like, I love that part about the scope of the job is really pretty wild. It's not like we're just covering one thing. So, it was fascinating. It was we have not run into a lot of issues, knock on wood, on the road, even at Augusta, where we stayed in some shady places. And so the other thing is like, Weber's having a baby in like 2 weeks. So he's like, I was like, yeah, don't tell your wife about this experience until you get home.
Yeah.
Don't make her nervous.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to go back then.
But then he wakes up
all those
the next morning, we're driving out. He's like, she texted me at about 6 o'clock this morning. She's like, I was reading some reviews from the place you're staying.
Ooh. There it is.
I was like, oh boy, she didn't go back to bed.
Yeah.
The one good thing is Steph doesn't ask anymore.
Sure, yeah.
So after
Part of the
25 years,
Part of the game.
Wow. Yeah, Waffle House time it was. It was never going to be breakfast time where we were, just to let everybody know.
Yeah.
I'm not a breakfast guy anyway, so I'm not even a continental breakfast guy in the hotel.
Sure.
Just because I don't really eat breakfast unless it's some coffee.
Okay.
But
Fair.
but most of I'm fine with the continental breakfast. If English muffin, I eat in here all the time. Like, it's cool. But I wasn't going to eat that one either way. And then what I saw now will scar me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
In terms of anybody who's putting out a continental breakfast in the morning, scout it out. Scout out the eating area before you go.
Nice.
To bed the night before. That will be the new lesson learned. All right, we'll talk some ball today. Got a snake update as well. Still got to get to
a snake update.
Yeah.
Here.
I don't know. I'll just give you an update.
Dope.
Yeah, dope.
I mean, what?
Kim
told me too about, like, she's like, what up with the snakes? I'm like, I thought we were over that, but I guess they're back in our building here.
Well, maybe you got an. What do you get asked to do a top 5 edge rushers?
Oh yeah, yesterday. I mean, we were all over the place in the chat yesterday, but
we like it. We're all over the place a half hour into this show.
Yeah, without a doubt. But and I want to give credit to the dude. I forgot who he was, but he said, "Could I give my top 5 edge rushers of this draft?" In my opinion,
it's in the draft, right?
In the draft. Yep. And I said, "Yeah, absolutely." We didn't really have time because this was like a 12:30 when he requested this, and we're kind of on the back 9 of the show, if you will, pun intended. But yeah, I decided to do some research last night, and I'll give you like 5 edge rushers that I feel like, should be at least in the conversation of top 5. And Nick, in the daytime, you may get a chance to shine too, because one of those guys might be from Tennessee.
Oh. So we will do that. We do have some life advice from Gary Player. That's about as in-depth as we'll get in the Masters. I'm not sure if you heard this, but we'll play it for you.
Cool.
So we've got that coming up. Daniel Kilkenny, room 335 group discount. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If the latch wasn't on, we were about getting a group discount. To their surprise. We will check in with the Masters from time to time and give you some updates at what's going on day 2. Absolutely beautiful couple of days up there in Augusta, and expected to be the same on the weekend. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network on a Friday. Hope you're having a great week and heading into a good weekend here in the middle of April, less than 2 weeks away from the NFL Draft.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Just be yourself. Maybe we're talking about being a dad or a mom, a first responder or a teacher. Maybe it's a sports fan. We love those. We're talking about anyone in the Jacksonville community. At Community First Credit Union, just be yourself means being real. When you partner with Community First, it's straightforward. They're people connecting with you so you can be yourself. I've been coming here to Community First for years. This is the Barcher branch, the one I usually come to. And they have mortgage loans, personal loans, and auto loans. And I'm almost done paying off that truck loan. Just a few more months. Good rates, easy online banking, and friendly customer service when I have a question. It's easy to be myself with Community First. They live up to the slogan in their name. Community First has partnerships in the Jacksonville community with the Iceman, the Florida Theater, the Jacksonville Zoo, and many more. Visit one of the Jacksonville branches or find out all you can do with Community First Credit Union at communityfirstfl.org so you can just be yourself.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Oh, a beautiful day here in Northeast Florida, in Jacksonville, and we just got some great weather right now. It feels like beautiful conditions where you can put a little sweater on in the morning and shorts in the afternoon, and it's that time of year while we live in Florida. Brent Martineau along with Austen Lane and Nick in the daytime here on a Friday. Hope everybody's doing well, and I have a little bit of a snake story coming up in a bit. We got Gary Player's life advice on women, which I think you'll find interesting, and a little bit more to get to throughout a fun Friday here on the show. But let's dive into some sports stuff. I mean, I don't want to reiterate anything you guys did. Obviously, the Jags got back. We talk a little bit about Trevor Lawrence and what some of the things you guys went through yesterday with the sound. I don't know how much you talked about the fact that they're not picking up Devin Lloyd, 50-year option. Not surprising.
Didn't talk about that at all, really. But yeah, we weren't really too surprised about it because
I don't think anybody is.
Yeah,
I think it's you know what I get more interested in listening to sound this time of year.
What you got?
And you really, because that's what you've got, right? Like we say that a lot. That's what we've got. We've got press conferences. We said this about Doug. Well, why were the press conferences so big? What you were saying was so important and big and really got people turned on you is because that's what we've got. We've got that and Sundays.
Yeah.
Really. Training camp, you get a little bit more because you can kind of see more and all of that. The draft time, you get a little bit more because it's all about acquisitions or free agency. But from a football standpoint, like all we have right now to figure out what Liam Cohen and James Gladstone and this rendition of the Jags are going to be is what they say. And same goes for how Trevor Lawrence feels about it. Well, I'm fascinated this like juxtaposition of this time of year when you're asked about certain things, like for Trevor, and everything that he says and just tries to answer genuinely almost sounds like he's hammering the old regime. Like you can interpret it that way.
Okay.
And I don't know if everybody does this where my brain goes.
Okay.
Is he telling us something about the old regime? Like they never fully tell you why it went wrong. Trevor hasn't talked since when? Like shortly after he had surgery after the season, there was a couple weeks later. And sure, he could talk at the time about, and he was pretty good there about like what happened with Doug and everything else. But and we did learn a little bit that day, if I remember. But now you're kind of putting that against this new regime and his first impressions of this regime and why it's going to be successful. And so when he's trying to tell you why it's going to be successful, he's actually telling you why it wasn't successful. Prior. So from things like, hey, I'm gonna be allowed to play faster, right? I'm gonna be able to get through my reads quicker. I'm confident in that. I'm gonna get the ball out quicker. So is that, hey, that's really cool about Liam Cohen's offense. That's going to benefit me. I feel good in that. And I don't know why the hell we weren't doing that again with Doug Peterson's team.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but see, the way I view it is like when you have a new regime come in and you're Trevor Lawrence, like, yeah, you have the right to be excited. So I just think it's more of a compliment to the new guys coming in, trying to, elevate them and give them some props. Like, here's how it's going to be different, more than it's like really a knock on Doug Peterson and what the past was. Like, I mean, but like, I get we're going to take it that way because, yeah, he's elevating the new regime. He's elevating Liam Cohen. He's saying we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. And then we could take that as, well, was Doug Peterson not doing that? I just think it's more of a quarterback being excited for the future, and by being excited for the future, some could say that he's maybe crapping on the past a little bit.
Yeah, and again, it might be a little bit me because I'm trying to read into everything and see where we can get a little bit of intel. And not that it matters at this point. It's like, okay, who cares what happened in the past, right? And he did indicate that, like, all right, it's time to move on. Let's go. So. Anyway, I don't think anything was super earth-shattering out of the 1 hour with Foyer, Cohen, and Trevor. But the same kind of context that I just gave you for Trevor kind of feels like it happened with the Devin Lloyd one, because Cohen is asked, okay, why do you pick up Travon Walker? Right? Well, because he's this and we believe in him and blah, blah, blah. And then you're asked, like, why don't you pick up the one with Devin Lloyd? Well, we don't really know him enough yet.
Oh,
like, trying not to kill the guy, knock the guy, but that's a really tough spot to be in, right? Yeah. That's really where I'm going with it. It's like tough spot to be in. But I think this isn't surprising. I mean, we need to see more on Devin Lloyd. Of
course.
And the thing that I continue to say about Lloyd, and once these guys get around him a little bit more, will be interesting to hear and see. And nobody's going to just throw people under the bus. That's not how it happens. But there is a mixed review, in my opinion, on Devin Lloyd. And one, how good he has been or how bad he has been. I don't think there's mixed review on inconsistency. I think he's been inconsistent. But how bad has he been? How good has he been? I think there's a differing of opinion how you view that. A lot of people will say bad. Some other people be like, well, he's been better than you think. Like he's good in this way, or this way. And then what I would follow that up with, Austin, is how much upside and belief is there still in him at this stage going into year 4 with this regime being able to get the most out of him, much like other players that we're asking about too on the offensive side or other positions.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, is Devin Lloyd a horrible football player? Well, probably not. Do the analytics say that maybe he's better than a lot of Jaguars fans want to give him credit for? Possibly. But at the end of the day, this dude was taken in the first round. And when you're a first-round pick, that comes with a caveat of saying you got to be a difference maker. You got to be a game wrecker. And he hasn't been that. Simple as that. So once you have that first-round moniker next to your name, you got to produce. You got to stand out. You got to be mentioned, every single game of you did this, you did that, you did this, and he hasn't done that. So I just think in terms of living up to that first-round expectations, has he done that? Not even close.
Yeah. So I would ask you this question, and I think Delphonic and others say, $14.75 million to pick up the tag. I'm not criticizing anybody for not picking up the tag. I'm not criticizing anybody here at all. I'm just really just talking about this part of it. I get it. There wasn't even a thought in my mind that they would pick up Devin Lloyd's 5th-year option, because of the inconsistencies. I still do wonder deep down, okay, where are they at? Like, what in a private room when they're scouting Devin Lloyd, especially when the staff came in, it's like, hey, oh, yeah, that's really good stuff. Oh, man, we got to get rid of that. But we can fix that, or we can't fix that. Like, what's the honest assessment of him? And he does have to prove it. I totally agree with you. But I guess where are you at the belief in him? That's where my curiosity is with this new regime. What's the belief in Devin Lloyd? Do you still believe that he can be a good football player for the Jacksonville Jaguars, someone that you can count on and can turn in a more consistent, better performance and make that first-round draft selection worth it?
I mean, do I think that if they put him in positions to succeed and use his athleticism, his pass rushing capabilities, could he emerge as a quality player? Absolutely. I just don't know if they're going to put him there because you're not going to put him at the edge, pass rushing. And if we think that Campanelli is going to kind of do what he's always done in terms of the coaching tree that he comes from, then I'm not sure like how much blitzing Devin Lloyd's going to be able to do. So like if you can't blitz with him, and you're probably not going to put him on the edge. I mean, do we just trust this guy playing a regular linebacker in coverage? Just playing a regular linebacker and filling in gaps and filling in and stopping the run? We haven't seen it yet.
YB400 is not a big fan of him. Did I miss this whole thing? Did Lloyd change his number?
Yeah, he's number 0. Welcome to the show, Brent. We talked about this a couple days ago.
Did it just happen a couple days ago?
Well, yeah, because the Jaguars announced their jersey numbers, like the switches and everything.
Oh, I missed that.
Came out. Yeah,
hey,
so
listen,
he's
the
number
phones
0.
are not on us all the time at Augusta.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so he's number 0 now.
I was trying to think about this the other day, especially with like the Calvin Ridley move and everybody going to 0. Has moving to number 0 worked for people? Has anybody really played well with the 0 yet?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, I don't know a lot of 0s in the NFL, honestly. I can look it up.
Yeah, I mean, I was just curious. But a lot of people believe in Ventrell Miller and more Lloyd. I don't know. Like, I'm going to be, at this stage, I'm wrong about Devin Lloyd because I really thought he was going to be a good football player. I liked the pick when they picked him.
Sure.
I liked everything about it, a lot of things about it, but it doesn't look like his college play is transitioning to the NFL.
Brian Burns is number 0 in Carolina.
Okay. He was in Carolina.
When he was in Carolina, I guess he was number 0. Calvin Ridley. There's not a lot of.
Byron Young.
Did DeAndre Swift was number 0 when he was with the Eagles?
Okay.
There's a couple. Yeah.
Not bad, but not like, hey, go buy the jersey.
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
Not yet.
I don't think so. Maybe we're missing somebody, but yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so that gets us into you like him as a pass rusher, right? Oh, Roquan Smith, only good 0. There you go, Delphonic. You're right. Mm-hmm. He was very good last year. The pass rush stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We know the Jags need more help on the pass rush stuff. The big story this week is a lot of folks even mocking Jalen Walker from Georgia to the Jags at 5. I'm sure you guys get into that a little bit.
No, but when you see my rankings, Hamby's going to be pissed about that one.
Is he?
Well, because I just don't know what... It's just like the Travon situation, but it's not. Because Jalen Walker, like, if you followed his career, the dude's been all over the place, and he's super undersized. So it's like, do you really put him at linebacker, or do you trust him to play like a base defensive end? And I'm not sure if you really do that, because he's a little undersized, but he's 6'1", like 240, I think he was. He's got all the potential in the world. It's just, where do you put him? He's kind of a tweener.
Do you start looking at guys like Micah Parsons? When you talk about that size, like him being able to move him around and stuff. I mean, because everybody wants to compare the next. Everybody's trying to find the next Micah Parsons.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, is that what people are saying? Right? Is that where you could potentially?
Yeah.
Move him around enough because he's just a really talented player. I'll tell you this: like, what game was that? What game did they have the great? Was it Alabama? I don't know. There was a game this year that I thought he was everywhere. Mm-hmm. He dominated the football game. Maybe it was Tennessee, maybe it was Alabama, I don't know. But he dominated the football game. I was like, holy cow, like he was a game wrecker. Like that was something like Georgia defense is interesting because they move people around, and we learned that with Travon Walker, but they also have a lot of parts that transition to the NFL pretty well. Like I do up to Philadelphia for that. And I just was like, there have been some that you can have dominant games, but Travon, you never really saw that with a dominant game. Like, oh my gosh, he's all over the place. Walker, you did. Like whatever this game was that I remember, where he was just everywhere. He completely dominated. I felt like it was mostly the first half. It was really good. And so it does get you excited. And there are more and more people. I think Todd McShay's the latest one
is
that
drafting him number 5 to Jacksonville.
I think McShay had it. Yeah. Now, again, I mean, just talking about mock drafts here.
Yeah, but like, I mean, and listen, I understand, like, you switch it around because you drum up interest. Heck, we're talking about it right now, right? So props to Todd McShay, but I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, here's I think what somebody else said. Maybe McShay did see this. I feel like I've seen this in a couple of spots, so I'm not going to give the right credit.
I haven't seen it, but
I think it was McShay that said it, and I don't necessarily disagree with him here. This is our whole conversation with Mason Graham, and I'm just telling, forget about where you would rank the player. I'm talking about the value of the position. Do the Jags need more help on the edge, on the pass rush side of things, however you want to calculate that, than they do on the interior? And that was McShay's point, was like they actually right now, given their bodies, could use more help on the edge.
Okay.
Than they can on the interior, because what they would then do is, at least on some downs, be able to kick Travon in. I know you don't like that all. I'm just saying that's where he was coming from.
Well, that's what you have to do, because like with Jalen Walker, like right now he's undersized.
Yeah.
So like if you choose to bring him in, then yeah, you got to kick Travon down. For sure.
So anyway, I don't know. I mean, Cameron Wolf from the NFL, this is where he said, which he talks Jags a bunch, talks everybody, but he said Mason Graham and Jalen Walker appear to be top fits for Jags.
Mike Green wasn't in that list?
Not in that list.
You hate to see it.
Now listen, everybody's got different opinions. You're a big Mike Green guy.
I like Mike Green. Well, I mean, the biggest thing with him is the off-the-field stuff, because the accusations.
Why don't you like Walker? Just because you don't think he has a true position?
Well, because
he's undersized.
Correct. I mean, he's 6'1", 240.
Yeah.
So like
he's Yannick Ngakoue.
I don't envision him in this Campanelli defense being on base.
Yeah.
Like and I get like he's stronger than what his size indicates, and sure you can put weight on him and everything, so that's going to be fine. But like, look at what the Eagles did with Nolan Smith. To me, he's like Nolan Smith. He's not necessarily like Nolan Smith's playing more linebacker than he really is like on the line. And if we're talking about, once again, we don't know yet, we talked about this yesterday, but if we assume that it's going to be a lot of just rushing four with the base four defense, like, the four defensive linemen, I mean, then are you going to have Jalen Walker at linebacker doing some stuff, or are you going to have him like his hand in the ground rushing the outside? So I think when you ask those questions, you can warrant, okay, if we're asking these questions of where we put him, is he worth that number 5 pick?
Yeah, look what Delphonic says, and you've seen that Green Bay kind of style defense too, and Flores kind of style defense. Does it fit? Could he be a chess piece in what they're trying to do? This is totally the one thing I know is it could be totally different than just looking for big-bodied guys like Nielsen was doing. Right? He wanted big-bodied guys, absolutely.
Yeah.
He wanted to get heavier. And he wanted to be able to be stout against the run along. But is this more of a chess piece defense that Campanelli's going to run?
Oh, and this is my point with Delphonic. This is why, I don't think he's. I mean, do you want me to just give you my rankings right now?
Well, we're going to get into it. Yeah, you want to do it? Let's do it.
Let's do it right now because it's kind of setting up. So, I had him as an honorable mention outside my top 5, just because, what I was asked to do is give me your top 5 edge rushers.
Okay.
This guy obviously is going to play on an edge. But, I don't know if it's going to be more suited for, a linebacker or a defensive end. So, I'm taking, all right, playing base, pass rush packages, all this stuff into consideration here. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, obviously, number 1, Abdul Carter, I think, is overall the top guy. And if he somehow fell to the Jaguars, I don't care in terms of draft needs, you take him. I think he's that special of a player. A guy that's really kind of I say this with respect. He's still kind of raw too. There's still a lot of room for Abdul Carter to grow, which is crazy because he absolutely tore up this last season. And if you go back to watch the college football playoff, what Penn State did, and he wasn't even 100%. He was hurt, and his name was everywhere. So I think, in terms of athleticism, in terms of production, even when he's hurt against quality teams on the biggest stage, I feel like he's a can't miss.
Yeah, he seems like a can't miss guy. Awesome. My only concern about Abdul Carter is he's become a very groupthinky guy too. That's where I kind of say, if you say that Abdul Carter is not the number 2 or 3 pick, you're dead wrong, right?
Sure.
And people are wrong. And the other thing that gets me a little bit about Carter, the only one, is it doesn't seem to be concerned for the injury stuff. And I just don't. It's a physical game. You got to get lucky anyway. And I don't always love taking guys that have had to deal with injury issues before they get to the NFL. And that's part of your Like, you have to get drafted and still heal from injuries. Okay. It happens and people are fine. I'm just saying I don't like that trend. It's an odd trend for me. Availability is a big thing, and I think I'd rather take a guy that hasn't had to deal with that kind of stuff because he's, for whatever reason, fortunate to escape injuries.
Are you referring to the foot injury or the shoulder?
Well, or both.
Okay.
Any of them.
Well, yeah, but okay. But I mean, guess what? If you play defensive line, you're going to have some sort of injury.
I get it. It wouldn't be the reason I don't pick him. I'm just trying to give you a couple of thoughts why I'm not, what would concern me about the pick. Because obviously from a player standpoint, there seems to be no concern about the pick. He seems to clearly be the number one. A lot of people think he might be clearly the best player in the draft.
Yeah. And listen, it's a stress reaction in his foot. It was what people were worried about. I played with a stress reaction the entire year when I had my Liz Frank injury. Long story short, had a Liz Frank injury, chose to play, went over with Mike Ryan. We came up with a great plan and said, all right, if you want to play on this, it's not going to feel good, but we can try it. All right, cool. So I tried it. So they wrapped my foot a certain way, and then I had to wear two carbon steel plates in my foot so I couldn't bend it at all. Well, when I did that, that caused a stress reaction on the other side of my foot because, I couldn't run naturally and I couldn't bend my foot. So I got the stress reaction. Wasn't as bad as the Liz Frank, obviously. Didn't need surgery on it. It's uncomfortable. It sucks. You tape it a little tighter and you go. So, the stress reaction from Abdul Carter does not concern me whatsoever. The whole shoulder arm thing, I think he's going to be okay. So, yeah, I just think when you play in the trenches like that, you're going to have some injuries. You want to stay away from him, obviously. You don't want to get hurt, but it happens.
All right, so he's number one on your board.
For sure.
Who's number two?
So, once again, this was the criteria that I was given. Who's the best defensive end / edge rusher of this draft? Now, this guy comes with some stipulations of there's some allegations of assault, sexual assault, which he got in high school, was found not guilty or whatever. In high school, not found not guilty. And then this happened again, I believe, in college as well, where once again, he wasn't found not guilty. So I don't know all those stipulations. I don't have the privilege of being a scout and looking into their background, talking to teachers, talking to other students to find out what exactly happened. I'm just going off of that he was found innocent twice. Okay. So with that being said, then I'm going Mike Green out of Marshall. I think in terms of, you talk about a small school guy, it's okay, well, there is some risk there, yeah. But when he played Ohio State, he absolutely dominated Ohio State. And then that's all you got to see right there. I think in terms of athleticism is a freak of nature. I think in terms of effort, in terms of stick-to-itiveness, he's a freak of nature. And he's got an arsenal of pass rush moves too. So he's very polished. He's very developed. I think like a former wrestler as well. So he's got great contact balance. I think he could be something. And I get Marshall kind of scares you a little bit because, once again, it is a smaller school. But when he's played the bigger schools, he's had no issues whatsoever. He's 6'3", 251.
All right, so let me put you in Gladstone's seat, in the Jags seat.
Sure.
How much do the off-the-field things at number 5 with a pick that you can't miss? I mean, you got to go get a big-time player here. How much does that weigh into your decision? I mean, we don't know all the details. They do. They know more.
Correct.
So it's really hard. But I'm just saying, if there's something there, and there has been a couple of occasions, how much does that factor into risk-reward?
Yeah, I mean, this is a thing where I need the due diligence. I don't know. It's gonna to be a factor. Just like Justin Blackmon, a lot of people could have said was a factor because a lot of teams did their research and due diligence on Justin Blackmon, and he wasn't on some people's boards because of what they heard, of what they found out. Obviously, with his drinking, the Jaguars took a risk on it. I'm just saying, from a talent standpoint, from what you see on film, he's right up there with could be a special player. I don't know what happened outside. So I guess what I'm going to say is if everything checks out and he seems like a decent human being and whatever, maybe they're just allegations or whatever, then sure, take the risk on him. But if you come across and say, oh, we heard these things and people are saying this, well, then yeah, by all means, don't take him. I'm just saying from the talent, from what I see.
What's interesting about the Blackmon was the Jags were right on the talent. The rest of the league that stayed away was right on the other side.
Oh, yeah, the talent was there. Right. I mean, you saw it in spades. It's just...
How about one other thing on this guy then? Can you take a guy from Marshall at pick number 5 overall? It seems odd, right? But Yeah, of course you can if you believe in him. But is that a little? Does that? I just wonder if there's a subconscious hesitation in that.
I mean,
and that might be partly because of some of the problems.
Dude had 17 sacks.
Yeah, production.
Dude had 22 and a half tackles for loss. Led the team with forced fumbles. Like, if you put, and once again, it's not against you play what in the Sun Belt? It is.
Is that what that is? Conference USA.
Nick of the daytime. Help.
Is Conference USA still a thing?
I think it's the Sun.
USA is still a thing, but they're not Sun Belt.
Is it that American? Is it the American?
All right. Well, now we got to Google what conferences.
Listen, this could be a game for everybody to play.
Okay, it is Sun Belt.
Sun
I
Belt.
was thinking they were bigger.
That's NCAA football for you right there, everybody. that's why I play the game with my son every night. Okay, so yeah, and in the Sun Belt he dominated, but once again, if you look at Ohio State when he played him, had a sweet spin move for a sack. I just think it doesn't matter who he's going against. I think he's that talented.
That's going to be great tape for him. All right, who's number 3?
So this guy, this is the ultimate boomer bust pick. And keep in mind, these guys are interchangeable.
Green wasn't.
No, this guy's the boomer bust. And they're interchangeable. I think Green is unequivocally the number 2. I think these next 3 I'm going to say they're kind of be interchangeable, but sticking with what I got to do, I'm going to go with Shamar Stewart out of Texas A&M.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of
6'5", 267. Yeah, 6'5", 267. Why I like him? Well, dude ran a 4.5, which is pretty good. Had a 10.11 broad jump, pretty good. 40-inch vertical. Is that good? I don't know. What I like about him is what he did at the Senior Bowl against, the top of the top. The dude absolutely feasted, whether it was in practice during the he was a stud. The issue with this guy is his production at Texas A&M, where he didn't really do a lot. And that's going to scare a lot of people, and I understand it. I think that what he was asked to do at A&M didn't necessarily maybe fit what he was best at. Because we saw, if you put him one-on-one on the edge, guy's going to absolutely feast. He's got speed, he's got power. Dude is absolutely shredded, by the way, too. So, you can teach a lot of things in football, but you can't teach 6'5", 267 and Greg Jones % body fat.
Yeah.
Because that's what this dude is. So I'm taking him more built off of what I've seen recently, what I've seen in potential, what I've seen in the size, and what I've seen in athleticism, more than what I've seen on film the entire career of Stewart.
All right. What about 4 and 5?
So 4 and 5, once again, a little interchangeable, but 4, I am going to take Ezuraku, Donovan Ezuraku from Boston College. I think, so this guy's a little on the shorter side, 6'2.5", 248, a little on the smaller side as well. I think in terms of, if you watch film on this guy, in terms of pass rush, is the most polished pass rusher out of anybody. He has a great feel for rushing the passer, and why I say great feel. So usually when you watch a guy in college, they use their athleticism, they use their get off, right? Because they're stronger, they're more agile, they're just more gifted than the guys that they go against. With this dude, he is that, but he's not necessarily crazy explosive per se, but he's got great counter moves. So, he's got the IQ where it's okay, I'm going to beat you inside one time. All right, next time, I'm going to fake inside, spin outside. I like Dwight Freeney.
Yeah.
So, I just think, where he's at right now with his IQ, with what he can bring to the table, I think he's the most polished pass rusher in this draft.
How do you think, that's an interesting, again, this is a position you know very well. Mm-hmm. So, I think about what you just said there, and I don't think you always believe in the big guys talking from a point of IQ. I think that's an offensive term a lot of times. I actually think it's a lot of a defensive secondary and a linebacker term as well, because there's a lot of communication that takes place. But you don't really sit there and be like, oh yeah, that guy's got great football IQ from the 3 technique. Sure. And sure they can. I mean, Calais Campbell obviously had great football IQ along with everything else, right? So, but how do you look at the top edge rushers? Let's just take from T.J. Watt to I don't know, maybe Myles Garrett's in this conversation, and we'll even put a guy like Aiden Hutchinson in right now in this kind of conversation of just some different level players, young, old, whatever, guys who have been doing it for a long time, short time. And would you say they win with their athleticism? They win with their technique? and the IQ somewhere helps in there. Like, are those all good IQ guys on top of their gifts?
So it's an interesting question when we talk about how much does IQ play into the factor. Because if you ask Cam Jordan this question about TJ Watt, if you heard the interview with Cam Jordan a couple days ago, it's getting kind of a lot of traction on social media. He ripped TJ Watt a little bit because he thinks that TJ Watt is just strictly a pass rusher and gets blown out of the gaps in terms of stopping the run. There's got to be a combination of IQ and athleticism, right? Because you have to recognize, like, it's easy as a pass rusher when it's 3rd and long and you know what the situation is. It's a lot less easy when it's a play action, when it's a boot, things like that, where you have to read and recognize. So IQ is definitely big on that list. But I think, like, if we talk about what makes a great edge rusher, what makes a great defensive end, it's the ability to convert, say, you think it's going to be a run and then convert into that pass rush, right? And that's where IQ comes into play. Because the greats, like I'm saying, like the legends can play both run and pass. Oh, yeah. Right? Like we were always critical about Yannick Ngakoue because, yeah, the guy can get after the quarterback, but how good is he in the run game? And I think there's even some pass rushers out there that want to take that risk a little more, that want to sacrifice the run game to pad their stats with quarterback sacks. And you know what? More power to you. That's how you get paid. I think there's a select few in this league that are actually great against the run and great against the pass. And yes, that's where IQ comes into play.
Yeah, it just I don't know where that fits. Like the write-up on this guy is great. I mean it's kind of fun. It's kind of it's like, wow, I think that could really make a difference. He knows how to set guys up.
It reminds me of Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, and
Dwight Freeney was never the most like the quickest dude for fast twitch freak athlete. He wasn't the biggest dude, but in terms of IQ, there's maybe nobody better than Dwight Freeney, and that's what this guy reminds me of a little bit.
Well, he's a little bit of the antithesis, in my opinion, of the criticism that the young good pass rushers get. Even a guy like Travon Walker, who would be, okay, well, you can't just use your physical ability anymore, right? So many guys want to take just their physical ability out of college and apply that to the NFL, where it doesn't work. And so I think what intrigues me about this kid out of Boston College is you're not talking about him like that. You're like, okay, he's already like a 5-year vet in the NFL. Yep. He's got past that point because he can set people up. He uses moves. He's a technician as well. And then, of course, you still have to have the physical attributes. So that's one. Go ahead.
And once again, too, like, you know, is this guy more of a 3-4 outside linebacker? Probably. Like, do I see him with his hand in the dirt? Maybe not so much, but like, From an edge rush standpoint, which was the criteria, I think you give me that guy.
All right, who rounds out your top?
Well, this is where Nick in the Daytime can come in with this one. James Pierce Jr., who 4'4", by the way, 4'7", 6'5", 245, 32 and 3/4 inch arms, 10-inch hands. This guy, like. So it's funny because you see comparisons to Kayvon Chason, which makes me nervous, but I felt like Kayvon Chason out of college, it was more based on wishful thinking because he didn't have the productivity. Look at this dude's stats. Like, this guy's got stats to back it up. So I don't get the Kayvon Chason comparisons, and I'm not going to go there. I'm going, though, off of athleticism. I'm going off of speed. The biggest thing with this guy is does he love the game of football or not? Because there's some people out there that say he may not love it, and that's why I feel like I have him. I mean, a guy that was a 4'4" at that size should be, a top 10 pick.
How big is he again?
He's 6'5", 245.
Okay.
But I think there's questions on
is he intangibly rich?
Intangibly rich. And feel free to chime in here, Nick, in the Dead Damn. This is your dude right here from Tennessee. Mm-hmm. What do you think about him?
I think he's one of the better defensive ends. I know the first couple of games last year, he had very limited reps for some reason or another. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was a coaching choice to keep him fresh for when conference play happened. I feel like he disappeared in that Arkansas game a little bit. Made a big play in the Florida game with the strip on the goal line. I know there's the one arrest that he had, I think, for excessive speeding or something.
Correct.
One knock on his track record.
It was disobeying orders from police after being stopped for speeding. But then the charges were dropped. So I don't.
Yeah, that's just another day in Athens.
Yeah. The biggest thing, like I said, I mean, would you agree? Like, he has all the freak athleticism. He has all the potential in the world. You just don't know if he cares enough to be successful.
That's interesting to hear because maybe you're seeing it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never looked twice at Pierce and thought, does he really care? I mean, I've always felt like when Pierce was on the field, no matter what package he was in, I mean, they always threw out, the announcers. I don't know the validity of it, but the quote cheetah package is normally where he's like in a full-on blitz, pinning his ears back and going. I mean, I think he cares. He's a rotational. You put him in certain aspects, but I know he can drop back into coverage half decent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's a bad pick. We've turned out some decent defensive ends in the last.
And I'm not saying for pick number 5, by the way, either. This is just
just in general.
Yeah.
So I mean, just wherever you take him, first round, sure. I don't think he's top 10. I think he'll slide somewhere late teens, 20s.
Yeah, so it could be a trade back candidate.
Yeah.
One of those kind of, if you end up moving off the pick.
Yeah.
It's kind of, so, I mean, here's, like, let's not bury the lead. To go back to the lead, Jalen Walker, I mean, you've got him as honorable mention. You got him outside the 5.
I had him between Pierce and Walker. Those are like my 2. Yep, and I have Walker where he's at because is Walker more of a linebacker?
Yeah. And that is a little bit of the weakness. Like, there's a write-up I'm looking at right now. This is off SI. And by the way, Daniel Jeremiah also mocked him to the Jacksonville Jaguars in his latest mock draft, according to this article.
Mocked Jalen Walker?
Yeah.
Okay. What did he say?
So Jeremiah, I didn't see what he said, and maybe this is a combination, but this article says, let's just get to the nitty-gritty part of it, along with his numbers of 60 tackles, 6.5 sacks, one of the best linebackers in the country. Let's take a look at what he may bring to the table at the next level. Versatility is one, of course. Stand-up rush ability, 7 technique, mugging the A-gap, quarterback spy, Will and Sam linebacker. At linebacker, Walker offers quality bursts in sideline-to-sideline range, allows him to get to the ball carrier's track quickly. Powerful tackler, heavy hands, knockback ability, plays downhill, create penetration in the run game, stopping ball carriers dead in their tracks. Also can take on blockers with great pop at the point of attack. As an edge rusher, Walker offers an explosive first step, allows him to win off the edge, pure speed, stressing opposing blockers, outstanding bend, body control to work under the shoulder of tackles.
Okay.
So
let me ask you this then. Do you draft him at number 5 knowing that you're not going to probably be able to spell Josh Hines-Allen and Travon Walker in base?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. Overall display of explosiveness, linear athleticism, power, and balance allowed him to be an incredible disruptive player on the first and second levels of both rusher and stack defender. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, like, in many respects, I feel like you're asking a lot of the questions that you're asked of, like, where do you want to play him? Almost like we had with Lloyd or have had with Lloyd. Doesn't this remind you a little bit of that? Like, couldn't you use him better as a rusher than a line? Because there's some weaknesses in this article that actually talk about his coverage inabilities. Like, that's where his weaknesses would come, if you're going to play him as a true linebacker.
Yeah.
But again, if it's a chess piece, as people are indicating in the chat, or people want to talk about this Campanile defense and how much you disguise that and utilize that, well, then you might be lining them up all over the field. And as a chess piece, it might not be back-to-back plays he's in the same spot.
Sure.
So,
but once again, I'm making the argument of, can he be a unicorn that you can kind of like mold the defense around and have success? Absolutely. But if the name of the game is to give Josh Hines-Allen and Travon Walker rest and reps off and not get so much the lion's share in terms of, number of snaps per game, like, do you feel confident then with putting Jalen Walker up? I mean, do you feel confident in base, putting him at defensive end and say, all right, Josh, go ahead and, take some time off. I'm going to spell you here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And
then I don't know how I feel at number 5.
Well, because a lot of people would look at him and say, okay, you're going to use him in your Lightning NASCAR package, whatever else. Well, that's what are you doing on the first couple of down? And if you're going to pick him 5th overall, you got to get him on the field, right?
Sure.
Not just in those times. So that'll be interesting, and it's just interesting to me that there's some recent smoke to Walker, especially if Carter's off the board, Travis Hunter's off the board. Is it going to be a Mason Graham? Can you do more? Like, I still am less in the Mason Graham camp than most people. It doesn't mean I don't like the pick. And so these kind of conversations intrigue me when it comes to a guy like Walker. And can you utilize him in so many spots that he helps fill a bunch of different needs, makes your defense more dynamic than a Mason Graham would? especially right here in 2025. Again, I think there's two different parts with Graham. One is how does he impact you right away? And then the long-term wise, of course, you would love a Mason Graham because you're going to be losing Eric Armstead, and there's going to be plenty of space for him and everywhere else. But 2025 is really the tricky part, I think, on Mason Graham. So Delfonic continues to get into it a little bit. Just message Abdul Carter was primarily an inside linebacker before Penn State moved him out. Could Carter be a base defensive end? He's only 6'3", 250.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, you're asking, there are a lot of questions asked about Micah Parsons, or there are these kind of questions that get asked about these guys. A lot of it is just how you want to play your defense. And what I think, what we've learned over the last couple of years anyway, and I think what we find ourselves doing a lot as we evaluate what the Jags could do or defenses in general, is we sit there and say 4-3 and 3-4 and all this other stuff, and we know it's never just that. Like, that's the thing. These things are so multidimensional now that even though, like, our training on talking football is to put them in a spot, yet they are less and less, meaning players are less and less in a spot. They're in multiple spots. They're all over the place. Whether we're playing 3 safety looks, whether you're a safety that can also play nickel corner. I mean, there's just so much versatility with these guys. And I think we have trouble with that. I think we have a problem with that as a public, that we want to pigeonhole these guys when you draft them. Okay, I got to see him a year. Well, the problem is we can't see Anthony Campanelli's defense right now. We have no idea what it's supposed to look like.
Correct.
So,
I mean,
if he thinks it's a chess piece and they do it. Now, the problem with that also is this. Keep in mind, we in Jacksonville have gone through many changes with coaching staffs. And I think you got to be versatile if you're going to get a player, because you want to be able 5 years from now, if this coaching staff isn't here, or if Anthony Campanelli is a head coach somewhere, and you change your defense, does he still fit? There's a danger zone in that as well, to just make it about, hey, this defense here. I mean, the beauty of a Travon Walker, the beauty of Josh Hines-Allen is they can fit in any defense.
Correct. And listen, if you want to look at where Campanelli came from, Vic Fangio did a great job with the Eagles of utilizing a guy like Nolan Smith in rushing the passer. So can I see Walker being the Jaguars' Nolan Smith? Absolutely. Does it warrant the number 5 pick? I don't know.
Now, in keeping this in mind about Nolan Smith, so Fangio just went there last year, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Because they replaced both coordinators.
Yes.
And so he did get the best out of Nolan Smith. So it took them, now listen, Smith was a rookie in 23. And so here, I just picked up his numbers real quick. 1 sack in 17 games. He was hardly a factor. 18 tackles overall, a couple QB hits. But then last year, the story is, like, it really came on strong through the playoffs and everywhere else. Like, he was getting a sack a game. And all you need to know that if you want to go bet on Hard Rock Bet or whatever, he was like minus something to get a sack in the game.
Well, no, of course, but like, and the thing with him is, like, yeah, he was quiet as the first year, because like he was used out of necessity, because Graham gets hurt, Huff was a bust, and then Reddick was doing Reddick things. So like they needed Nolan Smith to kind of elevate his play, and he did.
Yeah. In his last, he reminds me a little bit of Travon Walker in the back half of like 2023. Where he's really ticking up, and this doesn't include playoffs, but starting in like, what is this, November, it was like a sack, and then it was no sacks, then a sack, no sack, then a sack, then a sack, and then in the playoffs this is what he did in the playoffs: 2 sacks, 1 sack, 1 sack.
Yeah.
He actually did not have a sack in the Super Bowl, crazy enough, where it seemed like everybody did. So, Ryan Williams said Nolan Smith was a late first, not 5th overall. So, fair point. And I think Austin brought that up in some of his evaluation of these other edge guys, too. I wouldn't take the 5th guy, the Tennessee kid, Pierce. I wouldn't take him as a 5th overall. You're just ranking your edge guys. So, yeah, but it's going to be fascinating. Out of all those players, take out Abdul Carter. Obviously, Jalen Walker doesn't fit right now. We don't know. Is there somebody that jumps out to you as a great fit? Is it the green kid? Is it?
Yeah. Listen,
here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, here in Jacksonville. I mean, if you want to kind of mimic what you have at the edge already, then I think Shamir Stewart would be, once again, not number 5, but the guy's got size and athleticism. It's just why couldn't he figure it out at A&M? And that makes you nervous. But I think in terms of just intangibles, I think Stewart could be that guy. I think in terms of complete player, and once again, doing the background checks and doing your due diligence with off the field stuff, that I think Green could be that guy.
Interesting. What it sounds like to me is if you don't get Abdul Carter, there's a really good chance like these kind of players come into play if you move out of 5 and drop back to a 12 or a 15 or a 20 or whatever else. So maybe keep an eye on that. Although there is some momentum a little across the National Football League that a Jalen Walker might be worth that 5th pick.
Yeah.
And in many mock drafts, by the way, I think he's going in like top 15 in a lot of places that I've seen. So we will see what the Jaguars do. Let's take a time out, come back. That is kind of like our little shock your mock today, I guess, presented by Everbank, as we'll get back to the matchups next week and then have our final bracket. And we are less than 2 weeks now away from the NFL draft for 2025, where the Jags do hold that number 5 pick. Brent Martineau, Austen Lane, Nick in the daytime. We will give you a Masters update on the other side. Keep talking some ball as well around the Jacksonville Jaguars when we come back. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway, or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
2024 provided plenty of memorable moments for the Jacksonville Armada on the pitch, including another conference championship game appearance for Tommy Krasanovich's under-23 men's team. Debuting this year for the first time, the girls in blue, as the Armada fielded a women's under-23 side in the WPSL and made its presence known with some highlight moments.
Potential goal of the season!
Then attention turned to the future, with MLS Next teams representing the Armada badge in 3 age divisions this fall, including an under-19 squad ranking among the best in the state. Those teams are a big focus on Fleet and Footy, covering the big soccer stories each week on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with the purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give That One Painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with That One Painter First Coast on your team.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All right, so you're like, what is this, right?
Absolutely.
So this is my old boss man in Albany, New York, Rich Becker. He just turned 60 on Wednesday. So Scott Morlock, who we used to work with in the sports department back there, and I think Rich's wife helped put this together. And so a few weeks ago, they're like, hey, we're collecting money, and we're going to put a billboard up right outside the University at Albany. And this is the billboard they put at. Now, like Shady Acres is like a nursing home.
Okay, I figured that, yep.
So the whole thing was back in the day when we were in Albany and working in the sports department, Rich was obviously the oldest of everybody. Mm-hmm. And so we would give him a hard time about it sometimes. And specifically Scott, like he would end up with AARP stuff on his desk and things like that. Yep. So, and I just found out actually that Rich, when Scott turned 50, sent him like all this like geriatric stuff. So we had some fun with it. But the reason I brought it up, not only say happy birthday to Rich, and who's awesome and was a great boss and learned a lot from him in Albany and everybody else in that department, but this is a fun way to do something. Mm-hmm. Get the billboard.
So
like, can we think of some fun ways to?
Yeah. Here's the thing. How long is that is that up there for the month? Because you got to pay monthly, right?
Well,
how does this work?
That's a great call. Like I actually thought this would be way more expensive.
Okay.
So he collected, I think he said something, I don't know if I have my numbers right, but it was like $850 or something like that. I probably shouldn't say it. Maybe Rich should know. But
no, it's all good. I mean, I've seen the movie Three Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. You ever see that movie?
No.
Nick in the Daytime?
No.
You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Why would you click on that movie? What's it about?
It almost won like the Oscar for Best Picture. It's about a lady whose daughter gets, Frances McDormand?
Nope.
Woody Harrelson?
I do.
He's in it. Do you know Sam Rockwell?
Yes.
He's in it. One of my favorite actors. So this lady's child, I think if I remember right, she gets murdered. And then this lady, because she's fed up with the cops, puts up 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri about how the cops can't do their job. And that causes like a rift within the town. It's like a small town.
Okay.
It's good. It's a good movie. But anyways, go ahead.
You know what? Was this an older movie?
Nah, it was like
2017.
There you go.
Oh, okay. I don't think I would have watched it then. But so anyway, it's like this will stay up for a week at like one price thing.
Okay.
And then you can, for a few $100 more, you get it for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we did like we ended up raising enough for the 2-week thing. So that's why how long it's staying out. But he works at University of Albany, so he was going to see it every single time.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea, but it got me kind of thinking. It's like, when people get as people get older, like even this, you turn 37, 38 years old, like what do you get you for your birthday? And it becomes such like a hard thing. So man, this is a great idea. That was a good idea to do that.
Yeah.
And you could, everybody chip in $50 or whatever they chipped in, and you end up making it happen. All the different people that have worked there in the past is kind of helped put it together. But, are there some like good gift ideas like that?
I wouldn't like that because I would embarrass
exactly.
him.
That was the idea.
Yeah, for sure.
He might have liked it too much, actually. Maybe he wasn't embarrassed.
Yeah, I got you.
He liked the thought, though. The thought was good.
Yep.
So
what are you asking?
Yeah, you wouldn't like it. See, that's the thing.
No.
Like, I like to put something right up outside your...
I used to hate it when it was my birthday, like in high school. My mom would decorate the garage before I left for school. Be like, happy birthday, Austen. Like,
that's
on the garage.
On the garage, it would be?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
I don't see that a lot.
No, I mean, listen.
Now at the schools, they all celebrate, like they'll hang... You're like a bad parent, it seems like, if you don't hang like a sheet saying happy birthday to the kid, like as they're driving in.
No,
or like a rock in elementary school they would have. And you
a
could, like,
rock?
Yeah, like I know in elementary school, the kids...
Rhode Island was hurting, huh?
No, not us.
Decorating rocks. Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I don't remember any of this kind of stuff.
Sure.
I remember bringing in like brownies for my own birthday.
Oh,
that would be the case. Like, right, Mom would send you
it's my birthday, please like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Please be my friend and be nice to me today. Yeah.
But I think where the kids went to school, they had like a birthday rock, essentially, where you could paint it if it was your kid's birthday. Now, you better get it first, because what if there's somebody else's birthday on the same day?
Now we're talking, yeah.
So there's some of those things, but I don't know. I don't know what would be like what's good birthday ideas that you've seen, or anniversary ideas, or like the billboard was a good one. I was impressed with it. I'm like, I'm going to steal that sometime. Now, I've looked at billboard stuff around here, put the Brent and Austen show on a billboard, and it wasn't like that price. I can tell you that.
They're not giving that away.
It was a hell of a lot more expensive.
Not giving
maybe
that
that
away.
was a whole campaign.
Sure.
The other thing I don't know, and I'm assuming this was a digital billboard.
Oh, that's convenient. Then so they don't got to like.
I got to add. Does that look like a digital billboard?
It definitely does.
Yeah.
Which may help reduce the cost.
Without a doubt.
Well, I think it does.
For like the space to pay.
Absolutely.
But then that helps.
Absolutely. I just want to put a billboard up right outside my house on the
sure, the HOA
lawn.
would love that.
HOA would like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one recently. We were driving through. Actually, I said this to Weber. The place there's a gas station chain in Georgia called Parker's.
Okay.
And so it'd be like Daly's place around here. Mm-hmm. And so that they got a bunch of them in Georgia. Mm-hmm. And then I saw one. I was like, "Hey, look! They've actually got a billboard outside their own gas station advertising for Parker's." I was like, "That seems kind of weird, right?"
Yeah.
Like you're
gotta see it from the highway, man.
Robert had a good point. He's like, "I probably own the real estate, and they just put it up and use it as the signage." I was like, "That's a good idea."
Good point.
Just own a billboard.
Yep.
Because most billboards around are bought up by in scale.
Sure.
By like Clear Channel or whoever else.
Yeah.
Like they own all the billboards across the United States or something. It feels like a couple of companies.
Got a monopoly on it, huh?
Well, that'd be awesome if you could just buy a billboard and then change it all the time. Just get one billboard.
Okay.
You could buy it like a piece of real estate. And then you just always advertise. You just change it and advertise on it.
Yeah, but but I feel like a lot goes into having to change it though, man. If you got to do the work, but yeah, I got you.
Well, if you get a digital one, maybe
it's
a little less work. That's going to be my new life goal. I want that.
Yeah. No Brent. Yeah.
Calvin Kerrigan, that's my neighbor. Billboard coming next. Oh no, he's saying I can't have one in my yard. Mm-hmm. Probably. Mm-hmm. Parker's is definitely Daly's place. As Sheets is the PA. As Sheets is another one. We've done this before, all the different gas station ones.
Okay. I must have missed that one. It must have been another show Brent I wasn't on.
All different chains.
Yeah.
A gas station throughout.
Yeah. Shout out to Wisconsin. We got Quick Trips. Good stuff.
Quick Trips down here too, though.
Yeah.
There's a Quick Trip down in Florida.
I don't know about Phil. I don't know.
What do you mean down? Nah. Y'all ain't bringing cheese curds to Florida. No, there's not.
There's a Quick Trip. There's got to be Quick Trip in Florida.
I'm Googling it, or you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
I feel like we got all the we got all the other ones now here in Florida. There was another one yesterday I saw. Was it Gas Pro? That was there were a lot of those. Gas Pro. Hadn't heard of that one before. I remember doing this because I went out to Colorado and I was like, there was a funny name of a place, and I can't remember what the gas station was now, but it's kind of a funny name.
There's not a Quick Trip in Florida, so you guys can relax.
So where's the closest Quick Trip?
I don't know, man. I feel like... Well,
YB400 knows where all the gas stations are.
There's some in Chattanooga.
He says there's no Quick Trips in Florida.
Yeah. This is like
How about like Georgia then?
Yeah.
I feel like we've gone by them.
I don't know, man. I see them in Wisconsin. That's what I know. I don't know where Quick Trips are at. Someone can chime in. I'm looking it up. I'm not seeing Georgia or Florida.
All right. Hey, the odds for Genty to Jacksonville are going up.
Georgia has a Quick Trip.
See? All right.
Atlanta.
All right.
Got a few. No, it's outside of Atlanta.
It's coming south, baby.
It's an Atlanta thing. Is this like the same Quick Trip, though?
I think it is. That little QT logo.
No, it's no. Quick Trip in Wisconsin's KWI, not Q.
Oh, okay. Well, that is different then. Well, that's a big distinguishable difference.
I'm just saying, like, Quick Trips are like Bucky. So Bucky's to Florida or Texas is what Quick Trip is to Wisconsin.
Okay.
So when we started saying that there's a Quick Trips in Florida and in Georgia, I'm like, I've never seen a Quick Trip in terms of like where you can go just get, like make sandwiches and get cheese curds and stuff. But okay, so maybe it's different. So it's QUIK. All right.
All right. I wonder if
we stand corrected.
KWIK is what you said?
KWIK.
And that might be just for Wisconsin. I wonder if it's more in the Midwest too.
Yeah. I feel it's a Midwest thing. But anyways, okay. Back on it.
That's good. I didn't realize it was like a Busy Bee and Bucky's. Nothing's like a Bucky's. There's no way Quick Trip's like a Bucky's.
Okay.
Even Busy Bee is not like Buzz.
Well, I mean,
I used to love the Busy Bee, but
Quick Trip isn't like Bucky's because Bucky's is like obviously it's its own thing. Like you can go there buy bait and jerky and like barbecue the same location. Quick Trip though, it's like when you want like all the snacks and like the Wisconsin staples.
Yeah,
that's the place.
That's nice though.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I gotta go to Wisconsin. I've never been.
Yeah. Oh no! Mom's producing the show. Mom said, "Nope, there's only Quick Trips in Wisconsin." Appreciate your mom. doing better than my co-host and by the guy pushing the buttons. We're all good though.
We're
all good though.
That was a discernible difference, by the way.
We're all good.
That needed to be addressed.
Yeah,
there is a Quick Trip QUIK.
Are we sure it's called Quick Trip?
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm okay.
Go ahead, check it.
Oh, I am
because I've seen the
QT. Yeah, the QTs. I didn't honestly. I didn't know QT stood for Quick Trip, but I see QTs all the time. Yeah, that's not even close.
Now I want to go to a Quick Trip with a K.
Yeah, one day.
All right. Is that like the most popular one in Wisconsin? So they're like every corner.
Yes.
What is the most popular one here now?
Wawa. If not Gate, it's Wawa. 100%.
Boy, Wawa's really infiltrated the market. When we started our show, there wasn't a Wawa in the area.
Yeah.
And then it poured in.
Because that's like a Philly thing.
That was a Philly thing. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but yeah, trust me, I drive a lot of the state of Florida. They're everywhere in Florida now. There you go. Illinois, Iowa, Michigan,
are we
Minnesota,
sure?
South Dakota, Wisconsin. It's not just the Wisconsin thing.
All right, talk to my mom.
Wisconsin doesn't want to keep everything for themselves. Mm-hmm. They even shared Culver's with us.
Yeah, you did. You guys ate up those cheese curds too. So listen, there's a funny thing about. It does say Quick Trip is in. Huh. All right. Well, whatever the case may be. With Culver's is good. Culver's has great burgers, great custard, and everything. Don't.
Not the cheese curds.
The cheese curds is kind of.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The ice cream at Culver's is good.
Yep.
That little like Dairy Queen blizzard type thing.
Daniel Kilkenny, we gotta stop this conversation. So it's not that quick. It's not the Quick Trip with the K. It's with the Q. The QT is the South thing. With the KW is a Northern thing.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. This has been Gas Station Talk.
I like Gas Station Talk. Mm-hmm. I still can't remember the name of the one. It was funny though. It was a goofy name. I was like, I can't believe they named their gas station this. And that's what it was out in Colorado. I got to find it again. I know we got on that topic again. It might not have been at that with you.
I've been a come and go. Oh yeah, for sure. I've been to them.
Did you just say I won't say this on air?
Yeah, he did. Then he said
Yeah,
it.
because I didn't know. Like, I didn't.
So I wasn't sure if he said it or
I just
not.
said it to y'all. I was worried.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, I said worse earlier this week.
Named that. We did gas station talk once before, didn't we?
I feel like we
And
have.
I pulled this just out of nowhere.
We did?
Yeah.
Was I here?
Yeah, maybe we were.
It may have been me, you, and Casey.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's so far of a random tangent to get onto.
Very. Okay. Sports now, or are we still on this?
Gas stations don't make a lot of money on gas, apparently. You know that.
Really?
Yeah, they make all their money on the. That's why they need the convenience part.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, you come for the gas, you stay for the treats. You know?
But that's where like they make a lot of their money.
I got you. It makes sense.
Right. Yeah. All right. Genty to Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of steam now. Or I should say more steam. I don't know about a lot of steam, but more steam. I even saw somewhere where the odds have cut in half for the Jags to get Genty with the 5th overall pick.
Sure.
This feels like, to me, smokescreen.
Yes.
You too?
Yes.
Because the Raiders have been kind of linked to Genty for a long time, which I still kind of find interesting too, because they need a lot of different parts, but it is what it is. And could they just want the Raiders to come up to number 5 and get him? Trade a little bit, earn a little value there? I mean, could that be out there because of it? Hamby's Burner, earlier in the show, I saw him saying more and more I think about it. If Hunter is not there or Carter's not there, I like the idea of Genty.
I like Genty, man. I really do.
You like him enough at 5. You'd be excited about if the Jags on this Friday morning are bringing in Genty for an interview, meet and greet introduction here in Jacksonville.
Well, you know, I could have sworn you were here for this conversation.
Might have been.
I like Genty, but what's the plan with Travis Etienne then?
Oh yeah, we did this conversation.
We did do this conversation
because,
and I've said it. If Genty's truly the guy, and in Gladstone I trust, okay. But then you got to make a move with Travis Etienne. And when I say you have to make a move, before you get Genty. Because if you have Genty, then you've lost all your leverage. Because now you have Tank Bigsby, Ashton Genty, Travis Etienne. Well, you're probably going to have Travis Etienne anymore, and teams are going to know that. So then if you trade with somebody, why would they just be like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll give up like a 2nd or a 3rd or whatever the case may be for Travis Etienne. Oh, well, that's right. You guys are kind of behind it right now because you have 3 running backs in your room. Nah, we'll offer you a 6th, 7th round pick, and you're going to take it because you have no other choice.
Yeah, you have to make a move. We did talk about this, and we talked about this, though, before it felt like there was some momentum for Genty. This was more just out of mock drafts and everywhere else that people were like, hey, let's take him, right? Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think we got to the bottom of like, can you keep all 3 guys? And can you upgrade that spot? There are 3 things going on there. One, it feels like this regime likes the backs that they have. Or what they saw on tape. They don't know a lot about them, but they like what they saw on tape, what they can do, how they can figure into the 21 pony formation and all this other stuff. Then, I think there's certainly upgradability on a lot of this roster, but it does include the running backs. Like, these guys are not all pro backs. You certainly can upgrade there if you wanted to. And then the last part of it to me is you're likely not keeping all 3. You can't keep all 3, you say. I say you're not likely to keep all 3. You say you can't keep all 3. And so then what move are you making? Do you have to find a dance part? You're not just cutting somebody to make this happen. So I think there's a lot that goes into it. Do I believe they're going to take Ashton Genty with the 5th overall pick? Absolutely not. I just don't.
Let me ask you guys this. Nick in the daytime, feel free to chime in. Give me... We'll just make it pretty easy. Give me the top 3 running backs right now in the NFL. In your opinions. Like, there's no, like, rhyme or reason. I'm just saying, give me the top 3 running backs right now in the NFL.
I'll go Saquon.
Okay.
I'll still put Derrick Henry in the mix.
Okay.
And I know I'm probably glaringly missing someone here. Give me some options.
I mean, CMC, Christian McCaffrey, you can say. I mean, if you want to go Bijan Robinson.
I would go McCaffrey if healthy.
Who you got, Nick?
Jahmyr Gibbs, maybe.
Jahmyr Gibbs? Okay, yeah,
But
that's fair.
Brent's right. CMC if healthy.
Okay. So, out of those 3 guys, so we agree Derrick Henry, Saquon, Christian McCaffrey? Right now, where it stands, would you give up a 1st-round pick for any of those guys?
No, because they're getting old.
Okay, but I'm
Especially
just
Henry.
okay.
For their production?
No, I'm just saying right now.
Right now.
No,
only Saquon.
only Saquon.
Yeah.
Derek, no, and Christian McCaffrey, no.
Yeah.
I mean, those we just agreed are the top running backs in the NFL. Do we think Genty can be one of those? Can Genty be Saquon Barkley? Can Genty be? I mean, he's not really built like him, but like a Derrick Henry type. Can Genty be Christian McCaffrey? I'm asking you guys, Kenny.
I don't think.
But it's a big what if.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think I would bet on him being any of those three guys.
So then, if we're not gonna, give up a first-round pick for Christian McCaffrey right now, Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley, Saquon Barkley, you would, you said.
Yeah.
Is it worth taking number 5?
Yeah, for Saquon Barkley, yes, but I don't think he's Saquon Barkley.
Sure.
So no.
So then, no.
That's good exercise. I agree. I like the way what
There
you
you
did
go.
there. Somebody says, like, how do you view him? Is he power back?
No, Duke can do everything. Like, I mean, yeah, he's a power back, but he's also elusive. You can throw him the rock. Like, he's a traditional 3-down back.
So he's got that part
The
of
NFL
Barkley.
comparison, they said, is LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, because somebody said, I want a true power back in the chat. And I'm like, well, I kind of view him as the ability to be a power guy. Mm-hmm. And again, he comes with a lot of other things too. But yeah, I agree with you, Coach Rip, too. No one's Barkley. I mean, that's lofty, and I can't put that on him.
Sure. But if you pick somebody at number 5 at the running back position,
He better be.
You better be close to it.
Yeah. He better have the production of all the guys that you mentioned.
Yep.
Again, to almost make it worth it, you have to be a 1,400, 8 to 10, 12 touchdown guy in that spot.
Yeah.
And I just don't think teams are doing that. And again, I'm going to go one more time for the folks in the back about why I don't think this regime is picking a running back, as much as Genty might be a really good player and could be pretty high on the board. This is a regime that just witnessed getting Bucky Irving in the middle rounds and also a guy like Kyron Williams in the middle rounds. And they did perfectly fine with those guys. The production was really good. So
now they got Cam Akers in the second round.
Well, they did more further back, but I'm saying recent memory, it's these two guys that have really produced. So if you can get a guy in the third round, or if just even say Tank Bigsby and ETN can give you 1,100 yards or something like that, if you believe that. And by the way, Bigsby, if they fed him, was on the verge of a 1,000-yard season. ETN has had the year where it's 1,500 yards from scrimmage. So these guys have actually been in the stratosphere of doing that. So how much more is a Genty giving you, even if he has a phenomenal season?
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about you have to give the Derrick Henry, you have to give the Saquon Barkley.
1,800 yards, right? You got to have
Bijan Robinson.
The thing about it is how it looks, right? And who's defending. Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, they draw the attention to the defense. Mm-hmm. They are the first thing that teams look at when they go scout and game plan for all those teams. And they've got other weapons on those teams too, but that's the first thing they look at is how are we going to stop this guy? How are we going to contain this guy? How are we going to match up with them? You're not doing that with ETN, and you're not doing that with Bigsby as a defensive coordinator. Sleepless night, but would you do that with Genty? Maybe.
Sure. But it's wild because I felt like ETN had all the characteristics to be that guy.
Yeah, so was that a Jags problem that they didn't use him right?
No, I mean, I don't know.
I do feel a little bit of that from last year.
Yeah.
I feel like they got confused on how to use the running back.
Sure, but I feel like and once again, the offensive line has something to do with this as well, but I feel like if ETN was really that guy, they would have used him. I don't think Doug Peterson's that naive to be like, okay, well, he's the best running back we have. Let's not play him. Let's get more Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, there's an element of that.
Yeah.
That I don't know. You don't know which one it was. Where did they lose the confidence? Where did he lose did they lose the confidence early on the fumble? I mean, even though I told you it's only the one fumble and 500 and something touches.
I thought James Robinson was going to be that dude too. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, and I'm less critical of that because I just don't know. The Robinson one was Urban wasn't using him.
Well, but injuries too. He got hurt.
Yeah. But I mean, the year that he was benching him.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was a dramatic twist. It was like, all right, Urban, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Right? And he didn't really have anybody else. There was a lot of belief last year where it's like, hey, Bigsby's actually the better downhill runner, right? He's hitting the holes better. I just feel like there was some frustration with the staff and ETN and stylistically and how they were doing things, I believe, but I don't know. Steve Boss says you got ETN for 2025, Bigsby for 2026. I don't know if that's the case. I think you got both. They got to figure out, though, what's what. And we might get finally those guys on the field together, too, which I like. I'm excited about that part.
Yeah.
He's saying there's going to be a hole, obviously, because ETN's gone after this year, Bigsby after the next year, so you're going to need to get one. But, yeah, you've also got another couple of drafts to figure that out, too. You can go get another running back next year, or you can get a running back this year in the 4th round, and maybe that becomes a very good pick, a la Bucky Irving, a la Kyron Williams, James Robinson, who is undrafted. That is the nature of that position, that if you scout it right, you can find the guy that replaces ETN when he's gone next year. You don't need a first-round pick on him.
Yeah. No, I'm very, this is probably something that doesn't get talked about enough is how Liam Cohen, and he's mentioned both these guys, right? So we know that Liam Cohen at least likes them to the point where he's mentioned them, because he didn't mention Christian Kirk and he didn't mention Evan Ingram. Are those guys here anymore? No, are they not? But it's interesting what happened in Tampa, because Rachaad White, if you played fantasy football, was the fantasy darling from 2 years ago. And he was the bell cow. He was the guy. And then Bucky Irving came in, and it was all right, we'll get Bucky in here every once in a while. So was Rashaad's backfield. And then by the end of the year, Rachaad White was an afterthought.
Yeah.
Anybody who drafted him in the first, the second or third round, was pissed because Bucky Irving was getting all the love. And that's on Liam Cohen. So I wonder, because once again, one would say with Liam Cohen, it's well, dude, look at Rachaad White. Look what he's been able to do for the team, 2 seasons ago. He's your guy going forward. And Liam Cohen's I don't owe him anything. Let me go ahead and play Bucky Irving. So I'm very curious to see, because once again, Liam Cohen, James Gladstone weren't responsible for Tank Bigsby or Travis Etienne. I wonder what the reps are going to look like.
Yeah, me too. I don't know.
Or is Ashton Genty thing true, and it's you know what? We didn't want to know what the reps are going to look like. We're just going to get this guy, set it and forget it.
The one other bit of evidence, and again, we've said it before, but just a reminder, is that going off your test of, hey, keep in mind who he mentions in this news conference when they start. He mentioned the backs every time. He likes the backs here. That's what it looked like. Now, does he like the tape of Genty? Can he change his mind on that? Can you get an upgrade on that? Absolutely. I think you can. So we'll see where they go with it, but it just doesn't seem. I'd be stunned. I'd be absolutely stunned if they took Genty. Who, by the way, was born in Jacksonville, so you do have that part, which is kind of interesting. Do they trade ETN now, pick one in rounds 3 or 4, play Bigsby more? And William Torres said, we were talking a little bit about that. Austin said that. You could. Do you see a scenario there? Let's just finish it up with this. Do you see a scenario where they could trade ETN to collect a pick or maybe draft somebody else, but they don't take Genty necessarily?
Absolutely.
Right? So you take
now
a second round back or something.
That's even more. Now somebody go from a smoke screen to, he's lighting a fire a little bit. We don't know what's going to happen, right? And maybe you don't take a running back with number 5, but maybe teams do think that, right? I mean, and once again, I feel like there's great running backs in the 3rd and 4th round you can probably get, right? So it's going to be okay. But if you want to trade Travis Etienne right now, our team's looking around saying, ooh, might be Genty to the Jaguars. Might have to trade up a little bit to try to prevent that. Then have at it.
Yeah, have at it. Let's give you an update on the Masters, and we are talking round 2, and Justin Rose still in the lead. He's out on the golf course, played 10 holes, 1 under today. So he's 8 under, up by 2 over Bryson DeChambeau. Ludwig Oberg, 4 under. For the tournament, he's even today through 6, so he's in 3rd place. The scoring has been pretty down overall. It goes all the way to Scottie Scheffler will tee off this afternoon, and let's see who else is making noise today. Not a lot of folks. Rory McIlroy's 1 under. Shane Lowry's even. That's my pick to win it all. And we got a lot of -1s, evens, or +1s throughout the day on the scorecard. And the cut line has moved to 2 over par. So we'll see what happens if that keeps sliding. But for the weather conditions to be as good as they are, it's a bit surprising the scoring wasn't better in round number 1. The other storyline here is anybody other than Bryson DeChambeau from Live Golf going to make any noise. And doesn't seem it. If you look about names like Mickelson, who's older, I wouldn't really put him in that category too much. But Brooks Koepka, he was 2 over after 7 today for the tournament. He's even today, but 2 over, trying to make the cut right now. And John Rahm, 3 over, might not even make the cut. So interesting to watch the live guys. But DeChambeau not a part of that because DeChambeau is at 6 under. He's 3 under today through 5 holes. So it looks like he could be right near the top of this thing, maybe even in the lead going into the weekend. And DeChambeau was the only one last year that played pretty well in the major tournaments for Live Golf, winning, of course, the U.S. Open and outdueling Rory McIlroy. So we'll keep you posted up there. We'll hear from Gary Player on some life advice when it comes to women at 89 years old. We got that on the way. Plus the latest on the snakes in the building coming up next. Brent and Austen Show on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. A little NBA Slam poetry. Got a little Duval Daily as well. A little something for everyone here on a Friday. Hope you're having a great day and heading into the weekend. Should be a nice one here in Northeast Florida as the way it looks so far. Don't forget to always pay attention to the First Alert Weather Team and CBS 47 and Fox 30. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jags Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament, but this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Save 10% off any water heater, plus no trip charge. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. For a limited time, CGC is waiving the trip charge on all related plumbing calls. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
I'm Action Sports Jax Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Take Steps at Memorial Park on April 12th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Travon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Hey, hope you're having a good day here on a Friday. Jacksonville Sharks hit the road. They'll be in Tucson. They play this weekend. They're 2-0, and you can watch Shark Bites tonight at 7 o'clock right here on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, and also again tomorrow in the morning and then at 1 o'clock. So it replays a couple times. Check it out at actionsportsjax.com for all the Jacksonville Sharks conversation. And we'll see if they get the W this weekend. The home games only are being streamed here on the network. So the road games will not be streamed, but the home games are. They're back at it next Saturday, August 19th, and it'll be kind of a cool one. They'll wear UNF Ospreys uniforms. They'll be the first football game for the Ospreys, of course, who don't have a football program, and so a nice little partnership between the Ospreys and the Sharks. Speaking of the Ospreys, they've got a lot going on, too, including their softball team, undefeated right now in ASUN play, so keep an eye on them. They will hit the road this weekend. Check out all things going on with UNF Ospreys at unfospreys.com. They have their big bash this weekend tomorrow night, so you can find out how you can participate by going to unfospreys.com and maybe get some silent auction items as well. So cool thing, and help support the program there. One other note, the Jacksonville Icemen. We got playoffs coming up in a couple of weeks, and the Icemen wrap up their regular season at home this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. So 7 o'clock, 3 o'clock are the games.
Okay.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are home as well, so we got a lot happening in town. Tomorrow night's game will be on MyTV Jax once again. So we've played a handful of games for the Jacksonville Icemen on MyTV Jax, and that one will be once again right there. So simply find it and all the different ways you can get MyTV Jax. If you have any questions, how to find it, reach out to us. We'll let you know. But there are a lot of different ways to get MyTV Jax and watch the Jacksonville Icemen from the luxury of your couch tomorrow night.
Speaking of the Sharks going to Tucson, one of the coolest, I feel like, team names.
I was going to say, you like it?
The Sugar Skulls? I'm not mad at it, man. Yeah.
You like that, Sugar Skulls.
I like Sugar. You know what Sugar Skull is? Day of the Dead?
No.
No? Nick, Day of the Dead? Sugar Skulls?
Yeah.
Watch Coco?
Like artsy, colorful ones.
Yeah, so they're
Coco,
like... There was I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, we gonna say maybe 10 years ago, Nick, I feel like every girl wanted a Sugar Skull tattoo for a while. They were kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Fashion wise.
I see him now.
That or I want to say it's some sort of an Asian influence. It's like a hand sort of tattoo.
Okay.
I feel like that was pretty popular about the same time.
Yep. But yeah, Sugar Skulls, Brent, pretty cool. You haven't seen the movie Coco, but they're... shout out to the movie. Listen, shout out to kids' movies sometimes, right? Because they kind of clue you in on things you should probably know about culture that you don't know. And I had no idea about the Day of the Dead and Sugar Skulls and everything. Well, that's kind of featured in the movie Coco. And by the way, bring some tissues. Gonna be a sad one.
Oh, really?
Gonna bawl your eyes out. Nick, you seen it?
Maybe I can't remember if it was Coco or if there was another movie.
You would have remembered if you saw Coco. Coco's going to make you cry, man.
Should I see Coco or the Billboard movie?
Very two different movies. I would probably say 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, because the Coco is kind of considered a kid's movie, but I enjoyed it.
I won't like that one as much.
No, you probably not. No.
Yeah, probably not. No. I'm not into kids' movies much.
Nah, you're good. It's animated, you know?
I used to think the same thing, but the fiance's got me back into the Disney stuff since we've been going to Disney a bunch.
Oh, one of
I've
those.
gotten way back into it.
One of those Disney adults.
Hey, look, man.
Dude, I'm not hating your fiance, man, because she works in the NICU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not hating on that, man. More power to her.
I gotta say, Frozen 2 had the eyes sweating a little bit.
Frozen 2?
Yeah. I don't know, something about that ice little snowman.
Okay, Olaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, wow, okay. Disney hits the emotional heartstrings pretty well sometimes. Don't knock those animated movies.
No, hey, I'm with you, man. I'm just wondering, Frozen 2 did it for you, but you can't remember if you saw Coco or not.
He definitely didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
And that's okay.
I can't remember.
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. Remember. You remember that or not? Am I ringing any bells?
No.
Like, then you haven't seen it.
It may. Okay, it was the Book of Life.
I mean, like, I don't know what more we gotta go back and forth with this. Like, if that doesn't stick out to you, then you probably haven't seen the movie. That's okay.
It sticks out now because I know it from having been at the parks and seen other stuff, and it just being influential and coming around a lot more now.
Remember me.
It's the Book of Life that I'd seen.
Oh, I got you. Okay, comparable. Though I have to travel far, remember me. Something about a sad guitar. Oh man, bro! Oh, I'm gonna start getting. Oh man,
bringing it back.
Oh man, because it's his gram. Oh, I don't want to ruin it, but it's sad.
What's more sad, that or Up?
So here's the thing.
Ooh.
In the moment when I'm with my football teammates watching Up in college, like, yeah, I kind of had to flex and bust out a little bit. Like, there's like a sad scene in Up, and that's it.
Yeah.
Coco's a sad movie.
Oh, the whole movie.
The whole movie is sad. Yeah, yeah. It's like when you watch Schindler's List for the first time. Like, but it's for kids. You know, it's like you're not going to show your kids that movie. But
why would they make a kids movie that's so sad?
It's a good question. Because it's power. Because it's. I don't want to
like
spoil
a lot of life
man.
lessons and stuff like that.
There's life lessons.
Yeah, yeah.
It teaches the day of the dawn with the Day of the Dead. So like like reincarnation and things like that. But yeah, man. Just really hit me in the feels there.
Coach Rip says he's going to see Drop. What is that?
Oh, so this is the one.
That's the name of the movie?
Well,
Drop?
so first of all, there is The Drop featuring James Gandolfini and Tom Hardy, which I highly recommend. Give it my highest recommendation. It's like this family owns a bar, and it's like a drop zone. So like gangsters come through and like drop things off, and they have to kind of cater to that. Fantastic movie. What I've heard about the other one with The Drop, heard it's just okay. And it's about a lady's on a date with this dude, and someone keeps dropping, like, air dropping stuff to her, and like it's like a dude's at her kid's house, and like she has the orders of she has to kill the guy that she's with, or else like something's gonna happen to the kid. I don't know.
Got a little take into it.
Well, that's why I turn my airdrop off at all times. Yep.
Turn your airdrop off.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if her airdrop would have been off, no movie.
No movie.
My airdrop's never really on, so zero movie.
So you kind of get why her airdrop was on. It was the movie.
This is the thing, Brent, because if you airdrop somebody, that means that they're in close proximity to you.
Well, that's true.
So the person's airdropping, and she's like, "Oh, I'm in this restaurant on my date. Who's doing it?" So she's got.
I could see the.
It's kind of like a real. Yeah, it's kind of like a real. Who did it? Who's done it?
So we have the snake in the building conversation a couple weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. And I ain't kidding. On Saturday, I think this was just last week. So Saturday, on April 5th, which would have been just hours after our conversation, we get an email throughout the building. You're not privy to this because you're a freelancer. It says, "Good morning, everyone. In a weird twist of weekend humor."
Oh, it's funny.
Humor. Sean found a snake in the studio this morning.
Shut up, Sean.
See you guys later.
We tried to catch it, but it slithered away into a hole in the wall by the recording booth. Doesn't look to be poisonous, but just be aware if you see it.
See you guys later. Have a great weekend. It's not going to be Ashton Genty. Don't worry about it. We'll see you guys later.
So the conversation continues, and we have a good update Cameron risked it all for the station and caught the snake.
Oh!
He is back where he belongs. And by the way, this was within an hour. This was 4:28 a.m. that the snake was seen. And at 5:09 a.m., reported snake was outside, captured, and back in its rightful place.
So I'm sorry real quick, because I kind of blacked out due to just anxious nervousness. Somebody from the studio caught it?
Yeah.
Bare hands?
I guess. And so it goes on to Cameron's the person that got it. You know Cameron?
Do we have the crocodile hunter as...
I wish well, let me see if I can pull a picture probably like LinkedIn.
Nah, don't worry about that. Maybe he doesn't want to be seen. But anyway, Cameron said in capital letters, he responds, risked it all. And then we have pay raise, employee of the month, MVP of the day, and the Walter Payton Man of the Year award goes to.
That's pretty good. Sorry, Eric. Hand it over. Dang.
So, I mean, it's just crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And we literally... Nick, was it with you? Were you producing last week?
No, I was with Kim.
Oh, it was Kim.
Because Kim made the joke when I was walking the building.
So that was... Kim produced the show last Wednesday. So on Wednesday of last week, which would have been April 2nd, we were talking about the whole snake in the building story from like in the elevator and everything else, and Austin kind of freaking out about it and everything.
Well, just don't need snakes crawling on the floor for no reason,
And, 3 days later, we got the email with snake in the building. It was unbelievable. It was like the snake worked the same way as your phone does. When you say something, all of a sudden it pops up.
Speaking into existence, man.
We spoke it into existence.
You got to speak into existence.
Pretty powerful here on the show.
Very powerful.
You guys should have more respect. So anyway, we solved the snake riddle.
Would you have grabbed it?
No. No. No, I am not playing Exterminator.
Especially like Stuart Weber. This is on the old show. He clued me in sometime. Well, what's the thing where it's like if it's black, let it if it's black, let it go, Jack, or something, and if it's yellow and something, fellow, you know that?
Yeah.
Stuart, I probably should have paid attention to it, because now I'm about to get bit and die because I didn't take Stuart's,
confused.
Awards. Yeah, come on, Stuart, make it easier on me.
But we'll put that up here.
If it's black, I can't remember it now. Yellow and black, stay back, Jack. Black and yellow, nope. That's Wiz Khalifa. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, black and yellow. But dude, I wouldn't risk it. No. Like even if it looks like a harmless snake, you don't know. Like it could, could be poisonous.
Yeah, I ain't messing around with that.
Heck no.
I wonder how he got it.
Did you do a background check on this dude?
He's a North Carolina boy, so
that's pretty crazy. You're just not afraid. Like you can just.
What does that mean? North Carolina's got snakes like that? Because I feel like Florida's got snakes.
I think he was trying to say the backwoods of North
Carolina.
I'm
thinking like what? So he likes basketball? What's
right.
kind of like Nick from the backwoods of Tennessee?
Yeah. All right, what do you got for us, Nick? Appreciate
Red
you.
touches yellow, kill a fellow. Red touches black, friend to Jack.
I wasn't even close, huh?
So red touches yellow. Not good.
Fellow.
Gonna kill a fellow.
Red touches
black.
Friend to Jack.
Friend to Jack. See, I thought it was get back, Jack.
That's for coral snake.
I was going to say, what part of this am I looking at? Like, what's the red part? How close do I have to get? How close do I have to get to this snake to figure out if it's?
All right, let me investigate. Oh, and I'm dead.
Let me go take a look.
Yeah. Let me get out my binocular. Oh, and I'm dead. Like, yeah, man, just walk away.
Yeah, just walk away is a good idea. Let Cameron go get it.
Would you trust somebody that had a pet snake?
No.
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 Oh, you know what's Brent?
Don't keep a pet snake. Just why?
Oh, dude. So I told you the story already. When I was in my training in the American Top Team, I'd go out I wouldn't go out in Miami, but I'd go walk around and people watch. And it's a big thing where people on the streets just walking down shopping malls have giant snakes now around their necks.
I didn't know that.
Boa constrictors. I mean, probably not poisonous. I don't know, but giant snakes, man, just out in the public.
Pet snake or face tattoo?
Oh, give me face tattoo all day. Give me face tattoos, because face tattoos don't mean what they used to mean. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I was like, oh, okay, she probably did some time. No, it's like, she might be an anime. It doesn't. Who cares?
Are we talking Mike Tyson face tat or Gucci Mane face tat?
Oh, that's a good point.
You either get the thing around the eye.
No. Mike Tyson. Then, with all due respect to Mike Tyson, because I love that dude. If you got a Mike Tyson face tattoo, there might be something up.
Yeah.
But like a little like an ice cream cone like Gucci's got, or like, yeah, it's all good then. Let me ask you guys this real quick. Who do you trust more? A person that's got spiders, like a tarantula, or a snake?
Snakes. I can see.
Same.
I can hear them. I'm
Nick,
burning the house down.
You got my
around.
Thank you. Brett, what do you got? See, I think I trust snakes because, like, who wants to play with the tarantula? Like, because, like, they hold them and stuff?
Yeah.
That's gross.
No.
Like, snakes, it's like, okay, you can't really hold it. It's just going to kind of slither around, do its thing.
I'm not sure, like, I want to take a... This is like, do I want to drown or die in a fire? I mean, like...
Oh, drown all. You know how painful it is to burn a lot? Dude, I'm drowning.
Just saying, I don't want either.
I hear you. But it's like the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You team... Once again, this isn't for you. I'm saying, would you trust somebody more?
More snake.
More snake? Same.
Which is kind of weird, right? Because the connotation just of if you're a snake...
See, to me, it's just the way that snakes move that creeps me out. You know, they're so foreign. They're alien almost.
Yeah.
But a tarantula...
Spiders move a little funky, too.
Spiders just look funky.
I had a spider in the car the other day, and it went underneath, like, the floorboard thing, and I couldn't get it.
Hey, what is it with you and spiders in your car, by the way? Because you've had this before.
No, I know. I've had spiders in the car.
Okay.
I'm two-stepping on the floor mat if there's one on the floor mat.
Yeah, the floor mat, but it wasn't. It was like, it went through, like, some... I couldn't tell.
Oh, the transmission tunnel, yeah, I'm kicking that in too. I don't care where it goes. It's dying.
Yeah, I just like, and you know what? If it's a bad spider that ends up biting me and I go, I mean, I just bad luck, man.
Did you guys know? You probably don't know what this is. Do you know what an axolotl is?
Yeah, it's like a lizard.
Yeah, you know what an axolotl is? My son wants a pet axolotl, and I had to shut that down real quick. No.
See, we went through the whole. What's like the dragon? I don't know, what's the dragon thing?
Komodo. No,
no, not that.
Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon.
Bearded dragon.
We've been in the bearded dragon because my nephew has a bearded dragon.
See, even
those.
So
then Kaylee went through like, hey, can I get a bearded dragon?
Shut it down, right, Brent? Yeah, shut it down.
Steph's like, no.
Nope, shut it down, Steph. I feel you on that. I feel you.
Growing up, my buddy's girlfriend had ferrets. Those are kind of goofy. I mean, but they're harmless.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they're just kind of goofy.
They are.
But they had like 5 of them. They were everywhere. Like you'd sit on the couch, all of a sudden, like they're a ferret weird. In your pocket.
I'm not gonna lie, like they're kind of. I don't say they're dirty because I'm sure they're clean animals, but they just
I don't know what the attraction is.
They're like hippies, kind of. You know, like they got like hippie connotations. Just like, just stay over there. I'm kind of hippie though too. I had hamsters growing up though.
Did you?
Yeah. And by the way, if you want a little pro tip, don't put 2 hamsters together because they get so excited that they'll have heart attacks and die. Had to find that out at a very young age.
Really?
Yes.
They get excited.
Yeah,
from a mating standpoint?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, I got this at the Central Wisconsin County Fair, Brent. They're not going to tell you all the... what do you want? You want a hamster? How about we go 2 for $5 on that? Cool. Sounds great. Grab give him the Lincoln. Cool. Boom. Got my box. Got my thing. Got the little ramp. And then I got a little cylinder that they can run up. And one lasted, I don't know, all of a couple weeks before it was... But the other one lived for a while.
That's good.
Yeah. And we had to paint because they looked exactly the same. So my grandma painted one of the tails, so I could tell the difference.
So you could tell they're not smart.
Yeah.
Hey, Duval Daily on the way. Get it ready, and also the music, Nick, if you can. Marcel chimes in, by the way. Red touches yellow will kill a fellow. Red touches black. Venom. Lack. Interesting. There's a couple of different
ones. So they don't have venom?
Yeah.
See, no, now I'm confused again.
Same thing. Red touches.
Okay.
Red touches black one was like the good snake.
Already forgot about it.
So Venom Lack.
Get back Jack. Or, no, Friend of Jack.
Friend of Jack.
Friend of Jack.
Friend of
Jack's
Jack
good.
or Lack. Venom Lack.
Okay, Venom Lack.
So now we've learned red, black, good. Red, yellow, bad. That's really all we needed here.
I mean, snake's bad. How does that sound, Brent? Snake's bad. Snakes get away. Just don't even play with them. Cool.
100%.
You ready for a little Duval Daily, Nick?
I think so.
I love the confidence.
We'll know here.
That was like, hey, Nick, is there a snake in the room? I don't think so.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm talking about a little place called
with Brent Austin.
Ow, Brent. I got a foot in the parking lot already. It's not really sports related, but it is Jacksonville related. All right,
I like it.
And Jacksonville related news should be at the forefront of the Duval Daily. Ever heard of a little place called the Regency Mall, Brent?
I have, yeah.
You ever been there?
I think I was way back.
Okay.
When I first got to Jacksonville.
I mean, I've been in the parking lot many times. Never actually been inside it. I've heard legends. I've heard stories. I've seen pictures. Never been in there. I heard it's a ghost town now.
I heard too, but then somebody said recently there's a store or two in there still, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, like an Orange Julius that we didn't know existed like
Julius
25 years ago. Hey, Nick, hit the button for Orange Julius if you got it. All good. Okay, he's back. Well, Brent, check this out. The Regency is no more, and the Nexus is moving in. The Regency Mall has been sold to the Blackwater Development. Change the name, though. Sounds like a bunch of renegade mercenaries who play it fast and play it loose. Blackwater. Seriously, tell me it doesn't. Blackwater Development? Yeah, what, they're buying malls, or are they renegade mercenaries? Renegade mercenaries. Get this, Brent. The mall has racked up over $1.8 million of fines and code violations for the past, 7-8 years.
Wow.
Whew. A city council member has said that as a district council member, I aspire for the new owners to cultivate a prosperous and connected community where residents can live, work, and play for generations to come. The principal of Blackwater Development, Mr. Ramel McGee, said they have been in pursuit of this property for 6 years, and after all this time, they have finally secured the sale. So nothing too soon on the forefront, but eventually expect a brand new mall with some brand new restaurants and some brand new shops, hopefully.
Yeah, that there have been a lot of ideas over there once that transaction went through to whoever.
Yep.
And I guess we'll see how this ends up. I don't think the story's completely been told.
Probably not. But once again, Blackwater Development. I don't like Blackwater. I mean, Blackwater's not good.
Yeah, Blackwater. The idea of the Blackwater Development sounds like.
It sounds like a bunch of renegade mercenaries. I'll say it again. Tell me it doesn't.
It actually sounds like not a company necessarily, but something out of Flint, Michigan during the just sounds like that's the way the investigation was labeled. You know how the FBI does that?
Yeah, they call it the Blackwater scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you, man. I'm with you on that.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not a positive connotation regardless.
No.
Yeah, but hey, shout out to Blackwater.
Yeah, finally. I wonder if anybody's got good memories from Regency. I think the height of the Regency was kind of even before my time here.
Yeah.
But goes way back. Used to be the spot. See, YB400 says used to be the spot.
Listen, I heard things. You see it now.
Are you surprised malls still exist?
Yes.
Me too.
I thought Jeff Bezos put an end to that.
Me too. Mm-hmm. I still can't fully understand, and I haven't really looked hard into this, but I don't fully understand the box school, what do they call that? Box, the brick and mortar.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically the brick and mortar.
Okay, yeah.
You know, in a lot of, now I understand the brick and mortar in a lot of places, but I understand why there's a Target and a Walmart and everything else. But you go to some places, whether it's down at St. Augustine or even at the town center or go to the avenues and I'm like, how's this place affordable rent and everything else? How much gets sold in here every day? I don't understand it.
I think there's something to be said for you don't get the interaction like you do if you go online and purchase something. People want to feel it, try it on, and things like that. But no, I'm with you, man. I completely agree. I don't understand how Victoria's Secret's still in business, honestly. Do you know what you want? Just go online and get it. Why do you have to go to the store and
I guess the try on stuff? Does it fit?
Excuse me? Do you try stuff on at Victoria's Secret?
Well, I don't know.
No. Hey, no. I know you don't. Hey, man. I understand that you don't do it personally, Brett. I'm saying,
I just wanted to clarify it.
Okay. But are you allowed to try on stuff there?
It's a good question.
I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Any women list? Probably not. Guys just in the chat. I don't know.
But I guess to your point, you can bring stuff back so easily as well. But do you bring stuff back? If it doesn't fit, do you send it back?
Correct.
Can you do that with Victoria's Secret?
No, right? I don't think can you try on underwear? You can't just go to a store try on underwear and be like, oh, this doesn't work here. Take it back. Can you?
Yeah, I guess you can't probably.
All right. They offer free returns for purchases within 30 days of your order and shipping. You can return in-store or by mail merchandise. Here's the kicker.
What kicker? 30 days? 30 days? Do you know what can happen in 30 days?
Hey, what happens in them 30 days?
The economy can go up and down in a day. We're talking 30 days?
Yeah, that is incredible.
Hey, Victoria's Secret.
And yes, you can try it in store.
You can try it in store?
Yes.
Huh.
This puts that whole breakfast in the hotel in a different way, doesn't it? Like, just to bring the show full circle.
Imagine I'm being day 29. You know what? It ain't going to work out. Let me go and take this back real quick. Wow.
So what do they do? Like, seriously, if you
burn it?
Yeah, they got to, do they trash
recycle it?
Yeah, I'm sure they have some sort of a insurance deal where, like, just
goes to the clearance section?
Or that. I mean, maybe. 30.
Dude, why be 400? You're thinking what I'm thinking, man. Like, we're all thinking the same thing. 30 days? Come on, man.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of like with all the other retailer places.
My mind's going to some places. You think they have you think Victoria's Secret's got like a drug sniffing dog, but it's like it'll smell if it's been like used too much, or it's like, okay, hey, nope, doesn't check out. Dog doesn't approve of it. Or the dog's like, I might have tried it on, but they haven't really used it. Go and, get a pass.
Jeez.
Well, hey, Nick, I'm trying to do like the people's work here, because what happens after those 30? Like, are you gonna resell it? So you mean you can go to Victoria's Secret and buy someone's used whatever after 30 days? That's not right. Send Ben. Send him.
Send Ben.
Ben, if you're listening,
somebody's
go
had
right
to
now.
work at Victoria's Secret.
Huh?
Somebody's had to work and know, like, what the...
I don't know, man.
But even you said you were uncomfortable on the trying on stage. Like, I figured that's why they still have the box store.
Yeah, I feel like I can't go to like I can't go to like, I don't know, like give me a guy's store. Like, I can't go to like to a Brooks Brothers. Yeah, I think that and like trying to pair boxers.
Well, you can't do that.
You're going to know your pant size. So if you know your pant size, you just judge with what they have on the box.
I mean, hey, the elastic can be funky. Like, there's different briefs, boxers. Like, I want to try it on, make sure it feels good. So I can go to that store, do it, and then just say, oh, this didn't work out for me. Here, take my tried-on boxers back. Because that's what's happening at Victoria's Secret, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, silence, exactly. Ben, get over there now.
Maybe it's just like, maybe you can't try them on the way you normally would try them.
What,
like, I don't know.
Do you gotta wear like a diaper and then you put it on over it? What are you talking about, Brent? What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to
I don't know either.
My mind is racing.
Okay.
So,
can we hire out Ben for the day or not? Does he accept like off the clock thing? Dude, I'm curious, man. I'm super curious.
That is pretty. Curiosity is aroused.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen. Once again, this is why I would prefer Amazon, because I know like it's probably not going to be used. It could be returned, but if I go to that store and I'm a woman and I go in there and it's like, all right, let me try that, like. There's going to be the risk that somebody return it after 30 days. And I don't like that.
You got to return it before 30 days.
Okay. Well, whatever. 28, 29.
Are there waivers involved? Yes. There's got to be something. There's something to that. There's got to be something.
I'll keep digging.
I don't know what it is, but
Nick, you keep digging, dude.
Here's what I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe they have like just try on like that don't get sold. But then I'm like, well, now there are multiple people still trying on. Dude, I mean, thing.
I remember, like, you see the clearance section in the front. I wonder if the clearance is just used stuff.
You take your chances?
Am I going to take my chances? No, Brent, I'm not taking my chances. You better believe that the briefs that I'm buying, regardless of what the brand is, like, they're going to be sealed. They're going to be, like, they're in, like, that pack where you got to
vacuum pack.
You got to take a machete to try to chop it open. Right? And then it's got that new car smell.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
I'm not going with just things hanging out just willy-nilly, one by themselves. Like, oh, let me pick this up. No.
Which, by the way, like, Some of those packages that you have to break into are ridiculous.
Right? But hey, it gives you a peace of mind, Brent.
Give you peace of
that's
mind.
priceless. I don't care how many trees you're killing with the cardboard and the plastic and everything. It's the peace of mind.
Especially when it comes
Ben,
to your lingerie.
Hey, Ben, you're welcome, man. This one's on the house
By
for
the
you.
way, this sounds like a May sweep story. I mean, hello, ratings.
I'm Ben Becker, and I'm live outside of Victoria's Secret. What aren't they telling you about your lingerie? We go in deep. Yeah.
And Ben's confrontational interview style would be hilarious.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah, and then you have like the workers say, "Get out of here!" Like no further questions, trying to like block everything.
Restaurant report style.
Restaurant report style.
No comment. No comment.
Restaurant report style with lingerie places. That sells itself. That sells itself. Let's see the cleanliness rating. Maybe get an adult bookstore in there as well because they sell things as well. Ben Becker, there you go, man.
Coming soon to the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. By the way, late night edition only. It's our 12 p.m. It's our 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. content.
My mom definitely
6 a.m. Sorry,
my mom definitely
hit the 6 a.m.
Hit the X on the stream and just shook her head and go, I got things to do. This isn't.
Mom stopped at
Mom's
Quick
gone.
Mart. She was gone at Quick Mart.
It was an off day too and everything. She was gonna do some chores around the house. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, sorry about that, Ma. We'll see you Monday.
Mom's contribution to the show ended at Quick Trip for sure. Hey, you mentioned the Frozen Four. It's funny, we were talking about this yesterday on the way back from Augusta, and Weber put me on the spot, said, can you guess the Frozen Four teams?
Yeah.
And I did okay on it, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I didn't get is Western Michigan. I thought that was pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. And so Western Michigan now playing Boston University and in the Frozen Four finale in the championship. Mm-hmm. The hockey, this is what I took away from it, because like Providence actually pretty good. They were in the Elite Eight. And you have teams like Merrimack and UConn and
Quinnipiac,
yep.
Quinnipiac.
I used to, when we worked in Albany, I covered RPI and Union. I think Union's won a national championship. And so, like, it's really interesting in the sport of hockey. You'll get these, it's not your normal schools.
Yeah.
But there are still, then you still get Michigan State or a Boston College.
Ohio State.
Penn State, I think, was in this Final Four, right? So Denver's always very good. Mm-hmm. Denver's good in hockey and lacrosse. College, I'm talking about Denver.
Yeah.
Hockey and lacrosse, which is pretty interesting, two things to be interested in, or very good in. Mm-hmm. So what I was thinking was, are we going to see less Michigans, Ohio States, Penn States, bigger schools? Because the way the dollars and structure of college are now, they're going to spend maybe less resources or move some resources out of those sports into their football, basketball, other programs, whatever female sports they're promoting and pushing and want to rally around, then maybe hockey. And so will we continue to see more of these, what I would call obscure on the national level, when we talk about championship sports, schools participate like a Western Michigan?
So this is why I put this in the email today. Look at me doing emails like a big boy.
Yeah.
This is why I put this in the email, because obviously I was watching the Frozen Four last night with my friend Chris, who's a big hockey fan as well, and he's from Michigan, diehard Michigan fan. Go Big Blue. And Ronan's watching too as well. But like we all agreed, like it's crazy because, number one, it's the game of hockey, right? So it's much like basketball, where there's really no rhyme or reason sometimes for wins and losses. It's just a puck bounce here or there. But you have like a team like Penn State who's not even ranked in terms of the tournament, right? Like when the tournament started, they're not even ranked.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's really cool when you can have teams like Western Michigan, when you can have teams like Quinnipiac or whatever from a couple years ago. And then when you have like, a Penn State who's more known for football and everything, but a bigger university, and then like a Boston University, like you can have these schools that maybe they're not necessarily like the biggest football powerhouses, the most well-known, but they can compete with the bigger schools like an Ohio State, like a Wisconsin, like a Michigan. And we kind of got down the rabbit hole a little bit of like, well, why is this? Right? Why can Western Michigan, in the middle of Kalamazoo, small university, middle of nowhere really, why can they have so much success where they might win a national championship in a sport? And it comes down to a couple things, but the biggest thing that we figured out was it's almost like a philosophy in terms of recruiting. because hockey's a different sport than basketball or football, right? Like in football, if you're a 5-star guy, what's going to happen? You're going to go to Alabama, you're going to go to Georgia, whatever the case may be. You go to high school, you go there. In hockey, it doesn't always work out like that. If you're, 17, 18 years old, more than likely, unless you're like the one of one, you're going to go play juniors someplace in Canada. You're maybe going to go to Alaska and play juniors. So then you're going to play maybe 3 or 4 years, develop your skills, and by the time you get to the college level, you're like 25, 26 years old. They were talking about this last night. There was the kid from Boston who was the youngest player, I believe, in the tournament. Just turned 18 years old. He's playing with a bunch of guys who are like 25 and 26 years old who have played juniors. So
an adult league.
Exactly. Right? So then this is where like the Michigan comes into play. Michigan, in terms of resources, in terms of recruiting, they have everything.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't go with like, we're going to recruit all these junior college or, all these like juniors guys. We're going to get the young talent out of high school, bring them here for a year or 2 years, and then let them get drafted to the NHL. And that's what Michigan's doing. Well, then it answers the question. Do you base draft off of talent and young talent out of high school? Or do you get the guys from juniors who are 24, 25 years old who have a lot more hockey experience? And that's the ultimate equalizer, Brent. It's like, it's somewhat like college basketball.
A little bit, yeah.
A little
like
bit.
When Butler had all the seniors and stuff like that.
Yeah, but now it's even more important because like Butler could be the front runner because they have so much experience.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I think it's cool. It's because if you've been following the tournament, anybody can win.
Anybody.
It's not like we have, probably going to be, it could be Florida, it could be Auburn, maybe Houston if they want to pull something out of their butt. No, it can be literally anybody in the tournament.
Yeah, that's interesting. I liken this in today's landscape, and I've heard this, where take like Florida State, for example. This is kind of where I heard it. Like if you want to be really good at women's soccer, you're going to put resources into women's soccer, and their soccer program's so good. Now they're spending money potentially with NIL and others. They're already a very good program. They're already one of the premier programs. So you're going to say, wait, we want to stay as one of the premier programs, so we'll invest it, and we might even give some NIL and everything. Well, you're already getting top quality players all the time because you're perennially good. Now you're one of the few programs in the country committing actual dollars and resources even more to it. Well, now you're going to keep getting the good players. So the separation happening is pretty big between you and everybody else, and even some of your Power 4 schools. Yep. So it reminds me a little bit of that. It's totally structure, commitment, philosophy that's separating. But the good side of it is, to your point, is you can be Providence and Quinnipiac and Western Michigan and Denver.
Yeah.
And still compete for a national title, which is something that I thought would happen. Like, take UNF, for example, golf, beach volleyball right now. I thought JU lacrosse could potentially get there in these kind of sports, which I also think is cool.
It's really cool, right? Because like I said, it's ultimate equalizer. I think Minnesota State might have been the top seed this year or close to it. And like I've been to a Minnesota State hockey game, and it was a great experience. But I just think it's really cool when you could take smaller schools like Western Michigan, Minnesota State, wherever, and you can go toe-to-toe with the Michigans, with the Penn States.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is cool. Well, here's one other element of that I think is so unique about hockey that we don't understand down here. So many of these schools, again, like when I talked about Union College in Schenectady, New York, they're a Division III football team, basketball team, baseball team, everything else, but they're Division I in hockey.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was playing at Ashland University, in our conference, we had Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan on the Upper Peninsula. Well, they were Division II in every sport, except for hockey. They were Division I. So they were competing. Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan in the Division II conference that we played in were competing with Michigan and Michigan State in the sport of hockey. Makes it very unique in that sense that you've got that cross between, and again, they're usually affiliated with another division except for in that sport of hockey, which is, pretty wild. So it's totally different. Hey, let's take a time out. I think we were late catching up. We'll come back. Daniel Griffiths' article talks about odds on what the Jags are going to take with number 5 overall, so we'll get to that. You can find it at actionsportsjacks.com as well. Hit on a couple other quick little things before the end of the show. Take you until 1 o'clock. We've got a Send Ben segment all ready to roll as well. There's a lot coming up here today on the show.
By the way, my mom responded.
Oh, she was still listening. Sorry, Mom.
Well, it was it was this emoji. And then she said, have a great day, Austin. So awesome.
She still loves you.
Ben, you better get there, man, because you have to make me right now. You have to make this actually a legitimate thing. And not just a joke. Please.
We'll be right back.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
I'm ready to show my hand, ready to take a stand. Wait on a sign above, and I am ready, ready. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. 'Cause I just live for the game. The crowds for the tape. I got it. Iconic. I'm built to win. Back to back, I do it again. I'm iconic. I'm one of a kind. I'm iconic. I'm built to win. I'm one of a kind.
Baker Sports is local sports. Uniforms from Pop Warner and Little League to travel ball, high school, and college. They make you look good. They help you play good. Baker Sports has been helping families make memories that will last a lifetime with their Baker's Buckets. We've got a lot of these filled with baseballs and softballs in the garage. I've been throwing batting practice to Ty and Kaylee for years and also sit on the Baker's Bucket, catching Kaylee while she practices her pitching. Baker Sports is homegrown, and a lot of employees that used to play on local ball fields now work for Baker Sports, now helping you look good, play good, and make memories of your own. Visit Bakersport.com to see what Baker Sports can do for you. Custom apparel, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, embroidery, screen printing, and more. Baker Sports is local sports from Jacksonville to anywhere in the Southeast. Bakersport.com.
When it comes to trucks, I know exactly what I want. And at Bozard Ford, they make it easy to get exactly that. Let's go make this truck a little more my style. With Bozard Built, I can create my perfect truck right here. Lift kit? Check. Premium wheels? You bet. Advanced lighting package? Oh yeah. The Bozard team works their magic. From bumper to tailgate, I'm making this truck mine. It's everything that I wanted and more. From the field to the gym to weekend adventures. This truck's built for my journey. Bozard Built. Customized for your lifestyle, built to exceed your expectations. Check out the inventory and available options at bozardbuilt.com. Unleash your dream ride. Customized, covered, and Bozard approved.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All right, good day here in Northeast Florida, and hope you're having a good one heading into a Friday. We're having a fun one, a little sports and a lot of everything else today on the show. That's the beauty of it here on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, actionsportsjax.com, the place to go. William Torres says about the hockey roles completely flipped. Small schools need to make sure they don't overlook the bigger schools. That's kind of interesting. Justin Rose, by the way, in the lead at 900, 3-shot lead over Bryson DeChambeau. And then there's a group of people at, a couple of players at 3 under, including Matt McCarty, who I really don't know much about, Sungjae Im as well. And then you get back to Oberg, Connor Scheffler at 4 under, Victor Hovland, Shane Lowry, 3 under. My pick, Shane Lowry, here we go. He just made another birdie. So we're into the top 10. For Shane Lowry. We still have, what do we got? We got NBA Slam Poetry still to get to here in just a little bit. A lot happened in the NBA this week with Luka and his return to Dallas. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty in both the NHL and NBA, onto the playoffs soon. Yep. Really not a lot to be determined in the NBA right now. The West, there's a bunch of jockeying that could go on. I think it's between 3rd and 8th spot are all decided by like 2 games right now.
Yeah, but literally, like the playoff and the play-in games, they're all set.
Yeah, all that top 10, nothing needs to be decided. Correct. A little different in hockey. There's still some spots battling it out.
There was
I should say. There was really like Wings, 2 games left.
The Wings blew it, so it's fine.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, against Montreal. Hate to see it, Brent.
Hate to see it. Joe Flacco going back to Cleveland.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson saying, "Look out, I'll be back."
Yeah.
Interesting times still exist in Cleveland.
I mean, it does. It's crazy that Joe Flacco is still just.
I think it's a $4 million deal. From the time that dude got off his couch to now, he's made like an extra probably like $6, $7, $8 million.
Yeah,
that was a good job to get off the couch
and the playoff run. Yeah, but the playoff run. You want to hate on the guy? The guy led him to the playoff run.
I know it.
He did.
How much does it say? How much does Flacco still being around, still being available, still being wanted say about the quarterback position in the NFL, or does it say more just about Joe Flacco?
It's a good question. I think it says more about Joe Flacco. I mean, you don't become a Super Bowl MVP too, right? Wasn't he? Yeah. I mean, you don't become a Super Bowl MVP by accident, except Trent Dilfer. But besides that, you don't become a Super Bowl MVP by accident. And you know, it's crazy, like the quarterback carousel, and just everyone comes and goes, and Flacco still finds a way. But the dude's talented, Brent. He can still make plays.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the deal. My question there is not like, I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, he's 40 years old. Like, I don't think he's great. I don't think he fits today's day and age. I think being smart, still being able to fill in from a backup standpoint, I think it makes a lot of sense. But what I don't really think the quarterback situation in the NFL is like that poor as it was years ago. I think we have a lot more quarterbacks that can play. I don't feel like do you sense like Nick Mullins here in Jacksonville? Like, I mean, do you sense it all like that's like the best you can do as a backup? Like, there is a little bit of element there.
See, that's the thing. I think if Flacco was here, I'd be like, oh,
you'd be more excited.
I would.
But that'd be more name than game, maybe?
Dude, he's got the resume, though, Brent, Joe Flacco.
I know he's got the resume, but he's also animosity. Like 40.
He ran for what, 20 yards against the Jaguars?
He did run.
Did he not?
He did.
Okay. Man, like, I still think he's got something left in the tank. It's like, it's almost like the Ryan Fitzpatrick effect, where, like, do you trust him to lead you the entire season? Probably not. But, and once again, knock on wood, you know, if Trevor Lawrence was to go down and you had Flacco as your backup, like, I'm not in the panic button too much. Like, yeah, it's going to be a downgrade for sure, but like, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You just don't like him. It's fine.
No, I don't. That's not true. Like, it's not that I don't like him. I don't know. I just feel like he should be able to do better than Joe Flacco.
I got you.
So that's where it kind of leads. But I say the same about like Nick Mullins and everything else. Daniel Kilkenny, Flacco stay in Cleveland. Maybe we win one more. And Balky and Doug are still here. Send love to Flacco. Yeah. I don't
Cousins
know.
or Joe Flacco, Brent? Who you taking?
Oh, Cousins all day.
Okay.
Cousins all day.
Okay.
Do you think Cousins is done?
No, he'll go someplace. I mean, he's still in Atlanta, yeah.
Well, I mean, done being like a productive starting quarterback, because that's really what you ask. Like, you're not asking Flacco to be a productive starting quarterback. You're asking him to come pinch hit when it's time to pinch hit. But is that where we're at with Cousins, who's like 36, I want to say.
I
now?
mean, I wouldn't feel the most comfortable if I was a team to invest in Kirk Cousins to be my starting quarterback. And I get it; it's only off a 1-year sample size, but. When it goes, it goes. So, yeah, to answer your question, if I'm a GM, I wouldn't trust it. Now, I was singing the praises when Atlanta got him. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Kyle Pitts and everything. Remember Kyle Pitts? Remember Kyle Pitts being a guy? Do you remember Kyle Pitts? Yeah, do you remember like Kyle? Hey, Nick, you remember Kyle Pitts?
You remember that name?
Remember that name? Fantasy darling Kyle Pitts?
Who?
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, that's kind of
I thought it was going to be a Drake London. Nope. Didn't work out for Kirk Cousins.
Hey, if I give you the top 5 most likely Jaguars to be picked at number 5,
okay,
can you do it?
The top 5 most likely Jaguars. Okay. I mean, yeah, Mason Graham. Are we going in order here?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mason Graham's number 1.
He is number 1. He's actually minus 125 according to Daniel Griffiths.
Okay, so number 2.
And draft.
Oh, yep, ruin it for me. There you go, Nick.
Oh, Nick, what are you doing?
Nick, there you go.
Nick, what the heck just happened here?
I guess I'm fired. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
It was fun knowing you.
Yeah. I mean,
did that just happen?
It happened.
Yeah, it happened. Well,
He's got to put in the parking lot, man. Got to put in the parking lot.
I mean, he's only got like a few more weeks here.
I know, man.
In this parking lot.
To be fair, I wouldn't have said Membo number 2, if that makes you any
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Is that guy?
But would you have said Genty number 3? And would you have said Will Campbell number 5? Like, would you have said any of these guys after Mason Graham?
I would have said Campbell in the top 5, yes. I wouldn't have said Membu, though.
You would have said Campbell.
So, okay, here's the thing. What I don't understand. People say that Campbell isn't going to be a tackle because of his reach.
Yeah, that's the whole reach thing. He's got 33-inch arms.
Okay. Watch who he's played against and watch how he did. Like, if you're going against good pass rushers, which I think are good pass rushers if I'm listening to Hamby and Nick in the daytime in the SEC, and you're doing your part and the whole season you're unequivocally the number 1 offensive tackle in this draft, and then some guy runs like a 4.9 and has a good combine, and all of a sudden like, he's shooting up draft boards, like, what am I missing here with Campbell?
Yeah, I don't think you're missing I think I get the sense it's a weak offensive line.
Class.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a little bit kind of like the quarterback class where you can find someone, but are you searching to find someone? Mm-hmm. Well, the Jags don't need to search to find someone right now. They've got a couple of guys. So I just simply ask, are those guys better than the ones you have? Are they going to be the future of, well, you've got 2 guys that are under contract for at least a couple more years at your tackle positions. Now, if you're talking about guard, that might change up a little bit, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, the Genty one doesn't make sense to me. The Membo and Campbell one don't make sense to me. But listen, this is a guy that it hasn't always made sense, and I'm wrong. Like, I didn't see them taking Anton Harrison when they took him. And they did basically because what many people thought, because what's his name had been popped for a 4-game suspension.
Yeah.
Cam Robinson.
Cam Robinson. Yeah.
And so, like, really? You draft someone for 4 games? Well, not really. They end up drafting their future right tackle, they hope. Like, that was part of the thinking. The Walker one makes a lot more sense given all the different things that we talk about. The chess piece, the edge rush. I do think there's a need there. And really, when the Jags get off the board of Hunter and Abdul Carter and Mason Graham is out of the mix, it really does become a little bit of a crapshoot who you think they could take. Tet McMillan, Ty Warren, positionally, those guys fit maybe better. Will Johnson,
I was going to say, aren't you surprised that Will Johnson's not top 5 in this list?
I just think that's where his draft stock has gone. So if you're going to pick number 5, how many of these guys covet the number 5 overall pick and fit maybe a need that the Jacksonville Jaguars need? I don't think it's a lot. That's what this graphic says to me. This graphic's like, they're going to be able to get Mason Graham, I think. But if the New England Patriots, if Abdul Carter goes number 2, and the Giants take Travis Hunter, and the New England Patriots take Mason Graham, the Jags are screwed.
Well, then you're trading back.
Well, but you got to have a trade partner who's coming up to get anybody. I shouldn't say, by the way, I shouldn't say the Jags are screwed. I'm just saying this is going to look odd.
Sure.
Right now, in my opinion, when you do the what do they go in the lemon bar, where the draft party is?
This is correct.
And you pick Armand Membo, and the lemon bar is like, huh? Jalen Walker, Georgia guy. Ashton Genty's like, yeah, we like that guy, but what about the other guys? And Will Campbell's like,
Okay. Yeah, this is fun. All right, so
like the whole thing is this.
No, I need the Brent Martineau. We're talking like the old school high definition camera on you for all these picks. Mason Graham, what is it? And cut. Okay. All right. Armin Membu, what is it? Is there a way just to get Brent's face on these while I say this? Oh, never mind. It's too much work. It's all good. All right. Jalen Walker. Live shot. Okay. You can see it, maybe. Yeah. Okay.
I think, honestly, think the Georgia thing is like, Georgia thing's so hot right now.
I know.
Yeah, like, okay, I'll buy Georgia.
It's kind of like that Alonzo Mourning gift where it's like, okay. What about Ashton Genty then, Brent?
Masters golf clap, maybe.
Really? You think Genty gets a Masters? I mean,
like, I don't think it's like.
It's sexy, but it's sexy though because he's the big name.
It's like you're asking for me, or you ask for the lemon bar reaction.
I'm asking for the lemon bar reaction. A few drinks down, dancing, having a good time.
It's more like okay. That tough guy, that big burly guy, Coach Ripley is like
okay, and then
everybody else is like,
and then Will Campbell,
huh?
This has to be a
Will
segment,
Campbell
man.
be like,
this has to be. Hey, check please. Check please. Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to these guys, but I really do think like if Carter's off the board, Abdul Carter that is, and Travis Hunter's off the board, and Mason Graham doesn't go to Jacksonville, I think there's going to be a lot of like really mixed reviews. On what you're right about Genty. I think we would sit there the next day and be like, does this make sense? But I do think probably the fans are like, hey, cool, awesome. Like Genty, he is sexy. Like the offensive skill player is always sexy.
In a fantasy football era,
yeah,
I think fans could question it, and as you should, because you still, once again, you have Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby, but I think fans would be intrigued for sure.
All right, That One Painter, paint the player, or paint the players. Go to thatonepainter.com That One Painter First Coast, by the way. So thatonepainter.com/first-coast. For all your painting needs, make sure you book it. Get them ready. Get them on the calendar. Thatonepainter.com/first-coast. And go check out Daniel Griffith's writing of all these picks on actionsportsjacks.com.
Daniel Kilkenny. Brad, I have to play you back the last Friday that you were gone, or 2 Fridays ago, when it was just me, Hamby, and then Liv. Oh, I almost lost it, man. I almost lost it on Hamby. Because I'll show you the video when we're done with the show here. Yeah.
All right, we'll do that.
But shout out to Daniel Kilkenny for remembering that.
All right, we got to get to NBA Slam Poetry in a moment, but also, so get that ready. I want you guys to hear Gary Player. Gary Player's 89 years old. Right? He takes the ceremonial tee shot. 89 years old, does a leg kick after it. He's such in good shape. And he also hit it 245 yards off the tee at 89 years old. This wasn't a bunt. And then he said this when asked about eating fast food.
Yes, sir, in third row.
Gary, down here. In 1997, when Tiger Woods won the Masters, he revealed that he famously ate at Arby's every single night. I was wondering when the last time you had any fast food was.
Well, you don't reach 90 as I do if you eat a bunch of crap, I can tell you that. But that's your choice. You know, everybody has a choice. I want to live to 100 because I love people, I love golf, I just love life. I've got a young girlfriend who've changed my life. How about that at 90, finding a girlfriend? Tom's not as old as me, but he's also found a new one. And and I'll tell you what, guys, one of you or your wife are going to die. One of you are going to die. One of the spouses is going to die. And it's not the end of life. And so many people, that does happen, and they get so disheartened that they don't think they should continue life. The greatest gift bestowed upon a man or woman is life. And so my ambition is to reach 100. So I went to India and I met a gerontologist, and he gave me 11 things to work on, which I adhere to. And so I might drop dead tomorrow, but I'm giving it a hell of a try.
What What a cool dude.
He's amazing. He's
cool
really
dude.
cool. But my favorite part of that is like, I found a girlfriend, right? And I'm 90. Who does that? And oh, by the way, Tom Watson did too. Like, I'm not sure
man.
Tom wanted that out.
No. But listen.
But Tom at 75 found a new girlfriend too, apparently.
That guy's 90 years old, right?
89.
Dude, this is why I'm doing my smoothies every morning, right? This is why I'm like, yeah, fighting probably not the best for me, but it's all good. We'll counterbalance it. But this is why I take care of myself, Brent. I work out every single day because it is my goal to live to like I'm at least 80-ish. So that I can say whatever I want with no repercussions.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? He's
Which
in
is
his,
kind of what Gary Player's doing.
That's what I'm saying. He's almost 90. Just let him go.
Yeah.
Like you get to a point in age where you live life the right way. You're still ticking and everything. Where you get the pass. Where it's like doesn't matter what you say anymore, man. You've reached the age. Congratulations. It's like being in the Hall of Fame. Once you get that gold jacket, you're good, man.
Yeah.
Once you get to like the AARP membership,
you're all set,
dude. Right here.
He's awesome.
Yep.
Pretty wild. I just thought that was a great song. I love the fact that he kind of, I don't know if he ratted out Tom Watson has a girlfriend or.
It's kind of, and by the way, I'm sure after Tom's like, hey, what the hell, man?
Well, the part that you don't see on there is the moderator right after that answer. It's like, does anybody else want to add to that? He's like, okay, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Nobody else jumped
That's
in.
cool, man.
Let's get to some NBA slam poetry and put a bow on the week here on a Friday on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network and the Brent Austen Show.
Oh, right. Look. Hey. Hey.
Wow.
Stuff. Shooting up the depth chart, Brent. I'm just saying.
Especially after giving away all the answers moments ago.
All right, we ready to go here?
Call it a comeback.
Hey, do you have the Vibe alert button too, Nick? Not a big deal if you don't.
I'm gonna no on that one.
Okay, that's all good, man. No worries. Feel free to sing it if you want then. NBA slam poetry. It's been a while. It's time to have some fun. Well, not too much. It's not like I'll be making little finger guns.
Come on, John.
But you gotta, Brent, leave alone. Leave alone. We'll get to that later. Hornets are washed. They are the tap that is always runny. They may have a Super Bowl, but the Sixers are trash in Philly. It's not always sunny. Sixers are bad this year.
Yeah, what happened? Fall off.
Ugh, injuries. Wizards are taking on purpose that should be considered treason. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. Detroit Pistons are going to the postseason.
Unbelievable turnaround.
Unreal, man. Shout out to the Wings for not being the only team in Detroit that are trash.
Which, by the way, you have competition with the Pistons and Tigers.
Hockey town my ass. All right, next one. Luka was back in Dallas like a bitter ex. He got his revenge after loyalty through the years. Fire Nico chants rang out. Mark Cuban was disgusted. Whoop, and now Mark Cuban is in tears. Yeah. You see the video?
I saw the video.
Yikes.
And he said, bleep you.
Yeah, basically.
In fun.
Thunder are legit. They are Tarzan. They are bringing the pain. Whoops, here come the playoffs. Never mind, ladies and gentlemen, the OKC Janes. Do they have the toughness?
There you go.
We will find out.
Kenny, there's the snaps.
And last but not least, I had to end it
at home.
I had to end it with the polarizing figure. Oh, Ja real, Ja feel, Ja guns, Ja nades. Suns are out of the playoffs, much like a 30-day lingerie return policy. It is time to fade. Don't do it. Don't do it. Gross. Gross. Yeah.
You got it in.
Sorry,
I was
Bob.
wondering, as I tossed to you for that, I was like, is he going to throw a little Victoria's Secret in here?
A
or
little
what?
Victoria's Secret. You know what I'm saying?
Ja grenades. Unbelievable.
Ja grenades.
All right, that's it for a week. We got you covered tomorrow at the Orange and Blue game and the basketball celebration. Marcel Robinson will be there. Action Sports Jacks primetime, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. Shark Bites tonight at 7 o'clock here on the network. Icemen are in action. Shrimp are in action. So go enjoy the weekend, everybody. And back at it Monday, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. here on the Brent Austen Show. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnicht has a treating you right guarantee. Courtesy, respect, fairness. The most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnicht. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnicht. GMC. We are professional grade.
I'm Action Sports Jack Stuart Weber. Join me and the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation for Jacksonville Takes Steps at Memorial Park on April 12th. This event is dedicated to finding cures and raising awareness for digestive diseases. Register now at actionnewsjax.com.
The Jacksonville Sharks are your champions.
I've been telling you about CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing for a long time now. Their drinking water systems remove up to 99% of contaminants.
We've had a Connecticut water softener and drinking water system in our home for more than 7 years. You can see the difference whether you're washing clothes, the dishes, or what I like to do most, fill this up for some coffee every morning, and mostly all day. Remember, if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter.
Right now, you can get a free Connecticut reverse osmosis system with a purchase of a Connecticut Premier Softener. The experts at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing will test your water for free and determine your water score. Don't know your water score? CGC will find out and recommend the appropriate Connecticut water treatment solutions so you can improve it. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. Ask about our 90-day love it or leave it guarantee. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home.